I don't care if you've been waiting for that mission report from December 16th, 1991 all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times of 30. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out there for that shit. On my left, your boy Blue.
Konnichiwa, bitches.
Nice. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, talking people on the threes, of course, Kronos.
I'm better virtually.
Oh, and we have a guest. We have Aaron Lemke, creative director of The Wave. What's up, fam?
What's up, y'all?
How are you?
Greetings from Texas.
Nice. If anybody's wondering, we do not have Old Ninja or Stitch on this cast. Stitch is saving the city, and Old Ninja is trying to graduate or do some schooling or some shit. So,
Education on.
education on. But first of all, thank you for joining us, Aaron.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
For those who aren't familiar with The Wave, can you tell us a little bit about what you do over there and what The Wave is?
Yeah, the Wave is a platform for live music performances in virtual reality. So we've been doing virtual raves, virtual dance parties, and stuff like that. And actually, I met you guys at the Silicon Valley VR conference.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right after I had done a little DJ set during the closing reception there.
Yeah, that was one of the most interesting things that I saw in my entire life.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and we talked about it more than a few times in this podcast. It was fucking awesome. When I try to explain to somebody, it's hard, like, to explain it. Like, unless you saw it, and even when we saw it, like, we weren't obviously in VR when we saw it because we were just like at a party.
Yeah.
But it was
Right.
cool seeing you do your performance, and there were screens up showing us what you were doing, but. I think what a lot of people don't understand that have never used VR is that when you see the screen of somebody like showing them in VR, that's not what you're seeing in VR.
Yeah,
It's like a fraction of what you're seeing.
It's like 1/4 of the world that the person actually seeing in the VR headset.
Yeah. So how did you come up with the idea for The Wave?
So I got a developer kit of the HTC Vive back in November. From Valve, and just started messing around with different prototypes. And I'm a musician. I grew up here in Austin, playing drums in bands since I was 11, and kind of learned about game design after college. And this was my attempt to combine my two passions of creating music, but also game design. So I made this prototype back in November for the Vive that was basically a 3D music sequencer. That was fully room scale, so you could walk around this big sequencer and put notes everywhere, and sequence the piano and the bass and the drums and everything all at the same time. And then started kind of asking the question, can we make people dance in virtual reality? And that's how we got into this idea of the virtual DJ deck. And that's what you guys saw at SVVR was the full DJ interface. It's basically everything a normal DJ would need to play an entire set. So you have two decks. You can launch two decks simultaneously. You can crossfade. You can EQ each deck. You can do filters on everything. And you've got all your songs sort of splayed about in front of you in virtual space.
What's some of the most popular music that most of these DJs play? Is it drum and bass, house? What are we mostly hearing?
Right now, we're working with a very select group of DJs. So the first guy we got on board is named Grimecraft, who's from San Francisco, and he's got a really cool mix of video game music. You guys would love him, actually, if you don't already know him.
Just called Grimecraft?
Yeah, Grimecraft. Check him out. He does a Twitch live stream every Sunday where he DJs for a couple hours. He's badass. But yeah, his aesthetic is sort of like video game trap and bangers.
Ooh,
and
okay.
It's super lit, and check it out.
That sounds actually fun as hell, man. Kronos is like writing it down right now because we might have to look him up.
Yeah, dude, it's good.
Afterwards.
Like, he's got some sick Ocarina of Time remixes, some great Super Mario Bros. Remixes.
Damn, that's cool.
So the Wave isn't out right now, right? Or is it?
The Wave is not out. We're currently in production. We're working on an audience app that we're gonna release for free on every single VR headset, from Google Cardboard all the way up to HTC Vive and Oculus.
Every single one.
Every single one. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That was one of the things that we left out. Sorry, was that while we were there at the NVIDIA conference or NVIDIA after party, that when you were DJing, people were there in the room with you virtually, but they were like somewhere. They weren't obviously in the same room as you.
Yeah, that's right. I was DJing there in Silicon Valley, and we had a couple of the devs back in Austin jump in over the network. So we were all together in a shared virtual space, experiencing this rave together. And if you're out in the audience, then you can see the DJ on stage, and you can see all the other audience members. And right now we have networked drawing, so kind of like Tilt Brush. If y'all seen that game, like you can draw messages to each other.
Nice.
Kind of create these little art pieces together over the internet. It's really cool.
Yeah, you were throwing things into the crowd as you were DJing. That was pretty epic. You gotta do like drawing and then throwing them into the crowd.
Yeah. We're working on a bunch of different interactions like that. Like, because the big question is, why do this in VR? Like, what makes this better than going to a real show? And the things that would make it better than going to a real show are things like, throwing stuff out to the audience, making the audience feel like they're contributing to the show and to the sound in some way. And so that's currently where we are, is we're exploring a bunch of different interactions for kind of engaging the audience in a virtual space, things you can't do in real life.
Yeah, it's the experience seemed really cool. I'm really looking forward to it coming out. I'm actually kind of glad to hear it's not out because I have my Vive, but I had a fiasco with my VR ready laptop, so I haven't gotten my laptop yet to actually play it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's been an ongoing.
Is there going to be a rant this week, Kronos?
There might be a rant this week. Damn laptop.
What kind of laptop did you get?
I got a Sager NP9 870. So it has a desktop 980 GTX 980 in it, and it also has a Skylake processor, and I think it's a i7 or i670 or something like that, or i6-700 or something like that. Yeah.
So that should be fine, right?
Yeah, it'll definitely run it, but I'm just because I'm getting it customized. It's getting carbon fiber wrapped, and it's just taking a long time. Yeah, because when I first ordered it, I guess they ran out of the SSDs that I wanted. And then, so I was like, all right, I'll take these other SSDs. And then, like, 2 days later, they were like, oh, they don't have those either. I'm like, motherfucker. I was like, well, what do you have?
They're like, we got some thumb drives. You can throw that in there.
Yeah, we got 50 thumb drives.
Yeah. There you go. Here you go, sir.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not happy with them right now. But they got Blue, his laptop, that's it's wrapped with Batman.
Yeah, I got a cool Batman logo on the screen.
And it is awesome.
Looks dope.
So, you guys figured out with the laptop. That's the way to go. Like, I've got this big PC, and we do a lot of events where we have to go and set up at the event. And it's such a pain in the ass taking your huge PC tower all the way out there. I need to get a laptop like you guys.
Yeah, so definitely look into the Sager NP. I'll put it in the chat too. But it's the Sager NP 9870S or 9870. That one will do it too. And then also there's the MSI Dominator. However, I was talking to one of the devs from what was it called? It's My Dream Swift, and she had the Dominator from MSI, and she didn't like it. She said it was way too loud and it was slow.
Oh yeah.
And she said particularly it was loud because I guess the fans are super loud. But on the Sager, the whole bottom, almost the entire bottom is mesh, so it does a really good job with heat dissipation. So I haven't seen the insides of the Dominator, but from what I heard from her, I'm not going to get it.
It's funny, on my laptop, I had a cup of water sitting on the side of my laptop, and the fan came on, and it actually heated up it was a bottle of water. It actually heated up the bottle of water. Like, when I went to drink it, it was fucking it was hot, dude. I was like, holy shit, what the hell? I had it right next to the vent, and so much hot air was pumping out while I was gaming. It was crazy.
I don't know if I trust a laptop that actually is called the Dominator. I might get too turned on.
It's gonna bend you over.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like he's compensating for something.
Yeah. So I want to ask. So I mean, I know that you are an avid gamer too, or you do play some games. Tell us a little bit about your gaming credentials and what games you've always loved.
Oh man, games I've always loved. The first game I can remember playing, or one of them, was Myst.
I remember that game. Yeah.
I love that game. I got so sucked into that as a kid.
That's a good VR game.
It's a good one, man. The game that I think I'll be playing to my dying day is Super Smash Bros. 64.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
I played a lot of that game in college, and I lived in a dorm with 3 other guys who just at any point in the day would totally be down to play like 2 hours worth of Smash Bros.
Who was your character?
I play as everybody actually.
Oh wow, okay.
That was sort of like our thing is we would always switch it up and play as everybody because I think like this is nerding out a bit, but I think playing all of the characters in Smash make you appreciate each one because they each have things about them that are really cool and like unique, and the play styles are totally different for all of them. So I kind of like digging into all of them. My favorite would probably be Kirby.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
like nasty. I'm nasty as Kirby.
Oh,
Yeah.
But Kirby can like absorb other people and take on their power. So if you know every all the other characters move, you kind of
even
have
his
up a hand.
even his base like skill set is like it's almost unfair.
Yeah.
He's hard to knock out too because he can like float back in.
Yeah.
very
He
easily.
can always flow back. He's got a great spike.
Yeah.
When he turns into that, what, the stone or
The
rock?
stone,
Or what?
fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god, it's impossible to block that shit.
Devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up about like kind of diversifying your characters because I'm kind of like an aficionado of like fighting games. I'm a huge gamer, and so fighting games in general, like I have somebody that I'm really good with, or actually a few people that I'm really good with, but when I'm playing most people, I'll just play with anybody because the people I usually play aren't that great.
Why are you looking over here, motherfucker? Goddamn.
Don't look at this.
Yeah. Actually, no,
I
Danny's
give you a
pretty
little
good.
run for your money.
Yeah, Blue's pretty good, but yeah, I like switching it up and having like understanding how the other characters work. Because if you just go with one person, it's like I don't know. It just feels like
Your one trick horse or something like that.
Yeah,
One
one trick
trick
pony.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and if you
One
understand
trick
everyone's moves,
I know
you
that.
can play better defense. You know, like
yeah.
if I understand Captain Falcon and how long the delay is for the Falcon Punch, like I know I can play defense better.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Any other games that you would call some of your all-time favorite?
My all-time favorite non-fighting game is probably Braid by
Okay, yeah.
by
Xbox
John
game.
Blow. It's like a time rewinding puzzle game. Came out in 2008.
All right.
Did y'all ever play that?
I never played it. Did you?
No, because I'm not. So I have an Xbox 360 and an Xbox One, but I'm not an Xbox person. So I play
Right.
some games, but not all of them. But I know the game you're talking about. I heard it was really good.
Wait, which
It's a
game
good
was
one, man.
Braid.
It's worth playing. It's like it's really cerebral and it's really fucking hard. And I don't know. For me, it was one of the first games that entered into the domain of like a novel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it used the gameplay as a metaphor for sort of larger ideas, and it was really cool. It was just totally different from any other game I'd played before.
I'll pick it up because I was talking to John Oakes and he challenged me to read Ready Player One before the next time we spoke in person. So I finished it. So yeah, it was a great book.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I also Shadow of the Colossus is one of my all-time
yeah,
favorites.
it's a good one.
I really love Journey. I think those games are kind of related in some ways, actually.
Well, still, wait, no. What's the new one coming out? It's it's supposed to be a launch title, but it didn't come out. The Last Guardian.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that axed.
That was supposed to be a launch.
Did it get axed? I think it's still in development.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Last I heard.
I hope so, man. That game looks amazing.
Years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one with like the little kid and they find like a giant.
It's like almost a griffin almost.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Exactly.
they have like feathers and shit. So.
And
I've also been playing a lot of this game called Blarp right now.
I've not heard that one.
Blarp is a Vive only game,
Oh,
okay.
That's why.
and I think it's the best Vive game. I mean, like for what it is, it's a $3 game, $3 or $4, and it's just this insane like physics based action game where you're swinging these weird little.
Oh, with like the grappling hooks.
Yeah, it's kind of grappling hook. It's more like lassoing. I can't
Okay.
explain it. It's like using the physics of the Vive in a really cool way. It's hard to make a comparison because there really isn't any other game like it. Because
Looking at
VR
it
is
now.
so new and we're still kind of figuring this shit out.
Yeah.
But it's really well done. It's worth checking out once you get your laptop up and running.
Looking at it right now. Yeah,
it
that's
looks
pretty
kind of
cool.
fun on the.
Oh, so
on the feed.
did you play Sweet Escape when you were out there?
No, what is that?
That's my favorite game for VR right now. It's a combination of like Ninja Warrior and Candyland. So people that listen to the podcast, they're gonna get pissed at me probably for talking about it so not that much. But basically, you know how. So my big problem with VR when I first was thinking about it, because I played VR back in the day when you were like stationary, right? But in today's day with the Vive, you have the room scale. Well, the room scale is only so big, right? So I was like, well, if you can only move so much, how real can it be? So Sweet Escape's solution was you pull the environment around you. right? So when you're climbing up things, you're pulling everything through, but you don't feel like you're pulling it. You feel like you're actually moving, like your body. And it was like one of the first things where like I was climbing up like this candy, and it felt like I was high in the sky. So I was super nervous, like to like not let go, or I thought I was gonna die. And the first time I fell, I was like, holy shit. And then I was like, all right, I'm still on the ground. Yeah.
You're really getting immersed into
That's what you want.
the game.
Yeah, you definitely got to check out Sweet Escape. It's
Okay.
it was on sale a while ago.
Yeah, it's not on sale anymore. I think it's like it's $13.99 now.
Oh, is it really?
On Steam.
For me, it's worth it.
I'll check it
it's
out.
So much fun, yeah.
I dig into the social VR experiences a lot because that's what I'm building as well. It's like a social music experience. So like VR chat and Altspace.
Yeah,
Altspace is really great.
Yeah, we actually had a chance to meet Eric with Altspace. We got to interview him and kind of talk a little bit about Altspace. And it's kind of cool what they do with that. And they even gave us kind of gave an offer for us to go to their office and do a virtual podcast from their office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Man, Eric is a really smart guy. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
What's Eric's last name? I'm sorry. Do we know?
Romo?
Yes.
Romo? There you go.
Eric Romo. Actually, so I think it's this Friday. But do y'all know who Reggie Watts is?
Sounds very familiar.
Reggie Watts is a comedian / musical genius, bro, who is doing a live comedy set in VR in Altspace.
Oh, wow. I know you're talking about. Yeah, he's the guy from looks like from the Roots, but he's not.
Yeah.
He looks like Questlove, but he's not.
Yeah.
Well, I know he has a virtual reality game or a video or something where it kind of starts off with him like in the middle of the street, and he kind of like paints a portal, and then you kind of go into the portal with him, and it's just I think it's like a music video of his, and it sounds really cool.
Nice. Yeah, our plan for like our cool plan is we're actually going to go to SVVR, like their headquarters.
Nice.
And then we're going to do a podcast with John and whoever else is there. And then I'm going to put up my 360 cam and record it. And then we're also going to do part of it in Altspace. So I'll just put on the headset and I'll talk in Altspace while everyone else is doing the podcast. And then we'll see how that goes. See how well that's received. Because I don't think anybody's doing a podcast in Altspace yet or anywhere in VR.
I don't know of anyone doing it. There's a buddy of mine who does a talk show inside of VR chat. It's called Gunter's Universe.
Okay, nice.
Straight from Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really good. He actually interviewed what was his name? The son of Alan Watts. Alan Watts is like a psychedelic philosopher from the 60s. Who used to pontificate a lot about VR and psychedelic drugs and transcendence and stuff like that. So this was his son, kind of like talking about some of the same ideas. It was really cool. It's worth checking out.
So was he popping mollies or what?
I mean, these guys are just so in it that they don't even need Molly, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, Gunter, the guy that does the talk show, is really unique character. He lives in an RV. And he has really great Wi-Fi, like 4G, 5G Wi-Fi, and just drives around America with his RV doing VR every night wherever he camps.
That sounds like what's her name in the book?
H.
Yeah, it sounds like H.
Exactly. Yeah. So y'all like just read that? It sounds like.
Well, I read it a while back, but I reread it again, and I had to pick it up. It was a really big book.
This one.
Yeah,
speaking of Ready Player One, when you were doing your thing at the NVIDIA after party, it made me think of the scene where when the creator of Oasis was having a birthday party and he had kind of that virtual world and like R2D2 was spinning and stuff like that. Seeing you up on the stage spinning like that, I thought that it kind of made me think of that part of the book. It was so funny.
Yeah, I've actually like read that part of the book a bunch just because it describes the virtual venue that they have in detail, and it's really interesting. There's another book called Snow Crash. That's another one of these, like when people talk about VR sci-fi books that kind of like laid the groundwork, you know, it's Snow Crash, it's Ready Player One, it's Neuromancer. But yeah, this game Snow Crash has a similar like virtual nightclub in it called the Black Sun. That's really, really cool and like has inspired a lot of what the Wave has become.
Shit.
Nice.
It's pretty old too. It came out in 92.
Yeah. I mean, this guy basically invented the metaverse, which is what we talk about when we talk about like the shared social MMO RPG that everyone in the future plays.
Now, what are some something that you would like to see come to the virtual world, like in general, and also like with the Wave? Like, what features would you like to see added to the Wave?
I mean, there's lots of little things. Like, we don't have voice over IP yet. I think that's pretty crucial. Initially, it's going to be, like I said, the free audience app where anyone from all over the world can hop into these virtual raves. But then we're going to be partnering with specific artists to throw the first raves. So we're in talks with some really big name EDM people. But I think that's the way to go initially. But I'm really excited for when we open up this whole platform and allow any person to come in and DJ a set or have a little dance party or do whatever they want, really.
Yeah.
Basically, like enabling creativity in other people is one of my big things.
I'll just say this. If you have anime girls there, I will go to any VR party on the planet. So
well, we've been trying to get a meeting with Hatsune, but she's hard to get to.
Senpai noticed. Good stuff.
So, what made you get into VR?
Oh man, I remember specifically being in the library when I was in about 3rd grade and reading one of these eyewitness books. I don't know if y'all remember these, but they were like jumbo, oversized books, and they had lots of great pictures in them, and they'd be about one topic, like medieval armor or like cars or in this case future technology. And I read the one. This was back in the early '90s about future technology, and they had this picture of someone in one of the early '90s VR headsets that are like these giant dumb like helmets that you wear and like gloves with tons of wires coming off of them. They look really silly. But I read a little bit about it in there and realized like, oh wow, this is going to be the future. Once we figure this out, this is really going to be the future. And
was
so
that a Daft Punk album? Was that a Daft Punk album?
It may have been Daft Punk.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I think it planted a seed in my mind and sort of allowed me to daydream about that a bunch. And then, really just thought about it a lot up until college. And then end of college is when I was working on other games at the time, like other little indie puzzle games. And I saw the Oculus Rift Kickstarter. And I remember thinking, this is just the coolest thing ever. Like, this is this thing that I fantasized about when I was a kid, and now it's actually going to happen. Like, yeah. I have to do this. I can't not do this. And so I kind of dropped this other game that I was working on and just dove into VR full time, and that was 2012, and I've been doing it since then.
So you never played the old VR versions?
I did. So maybe in like 2006 or 2007, I went to Disney World. Okay. And at Disney World, they have a thing called Downtown Disney, and they have this really cool arcade there called Disney Quest. And in there, I tried. They had 2 VR things actually. They had one of them was this like really really crappy lightsaber game where you hold this controller and you have the big bulky headset on, and there's droids shooting at you, and you're like blocking with your lightsaber. And then they had an Aladdin magic carpet like racing game that was in VR.
Yeah.
And I tried those, and they were both like pretty nauseating and really high latency. But that was my first taste of actually seeing what VR was like.
Nice. Yeah, I had the pleasure of using VR in the 90s.
Nice.
It was very interesting because everything was obviously super polygonal and not realistic at all. And there was super lag and shit like that. But the concept was there, and I was just like, this is amazing. Because actually, it's funny. I think the same day that I played VR, I actually played the Virtual Boy.
Oh wow!
Which made my eyes bleed. But it's all good.
There's actually some guy made a port of Mario Brothers on the Virtual Boy for the cardboard.
Oh really?
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to install it yet because it's like you gotta do a few things to get it to work. But it's pretty dead. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, like when I saw it back then, I was just like, this is gonna be like the future. And now that I get to see it like come back, I'm just like, yes, let's do it. So what's crazy to me is that so the Oculus Rift kind of came out of nowhere, right? But then all of a sudden, even faster was the Vive, and I was like, the Vive kind of took over that whole market. Like, I'm kind of wondering, like, what the fuck happened with the
Yeah.
Rift?
It's an interesting saga, and I hope somebody makes a documentary about it someday. But yeah, Oculus did their Kickstarter in 2012, and got a bunch of money. It was like the most successful Kickstarter of all time or something. And then Valve started looking into VR internally, and they had a bunch of really smart engineers and software and hardware engineers like experimenting with VR. And then once Oculus got bought by Facebook, whenever I guess last March for $2 billion, a bunch of these super smart Valve engineers jumped ship over to Oculus, and because they had kind of figured out all the specs that you need for really great VR.
You mean the other way around?
No, a bunch of the Valve engineers
they went to
left
Oculus.
Valve and went to Oculus.
Wow.
Yeah, and they had figured out all this stuff like, oh, well, you need low persistence panels, you need, all these hardware specs that you need. You need 90 hertz, whatever.
Yeah.
And then so a bunch of them jumped over to Oculus. But Valve continued on, working on VR. And I certainly never thought that Valve would release a piece of hardware. I thought they were a software company. I mean, they are a software company.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting into, because they have that with the little Steambox thing.
Right, that was kind of the
Yeah.
first inkling. I went to, I think it was 2014. I went to Steam Dev Days, which was a developer conference for people who had games on Steam, and that was when they sort of unveiled the Steambox, and they actually gave Steamboxes to all of us, which was really cool. But kind of behind closed doors, they were doing demos of their prototype VR system, and I got to sneak in. I was actually the last demo of the last day of the conference. I don't know how I got in there, but it was absolutely mind-blowing. It was the first time I'd done room scale VR with a very high refresh rate, with really low latency tracking, and it was just like, I remember getting out of that demo and like feeling high. Like I felt high. I felt like I just like took Molly or something. I was like, and it was insane. And it was like, okay, these guys have really figured something out. But even then, I figured like, oh, they would never, Valve would never make a VR headset. That's crazy. And this was actually before the sort of like Valve jumping ship to Oculus post Facebook thing.
Yeah.
And so once that happened, I kind of thought like, oh, they're done. Like all of their smart VR people went over to Oculus. But then a few months later, you start hearing stuff about the Vive and this partnership that they formed with HTC, and it did really kind of feel like out of nowhere. They just started releasing these dev kits of the HTC Vive, which were incredible, like way better than the Oculus dev kits I was getting at the time. Because you could walk around in your entire room. I mean, it's tough. It's really tough to compete with that. Yeah. It's really fucking cool to be able to walk around your room.
Well, it's not even, for me, it's not even just the room scale. It's also that having the front-facing camera. That makes me feel a little bit safer. Like, in case something's happening, I can just click that button. I can see around me again. And the chaperone system. I think that's a really cool addition as well.
And the hand controllers. I mean, that's...
Yes.
I totally underestimated hand controllers until I tried it. And when I tried it, I said, holy shit, this is what VR is about. VR is about hands. Up until that point, the focus of VR had been the head. Like, let's get the latency low enough for the head tracking. Let's get the displays high res enough so we don't get screen door effect. Whatever. Everything was focused on perception as it pertained to the head. But once you bring hands into the equation, you realize this is the most intuitive way to interact with things ever. This is how we interact with everything. We pick stuff up with our hands, we move it around, whatever. And so once you bring the hands in there, it just opens up all these possibilities and actually like simplifies interfaces that were previously really complicated. Like in the case of the Wave, for instance, we have this 3D sequencer that's, if you were interfacing with it on a PC monitor or even on a touchscreen, it would be kind of overwhelming for a lot of non-musicians. But in the Wave, we get people who've never played an instrument ever in their life, and we have a really bare bones tutorial that teaches them how it works. And in less than 5 minutes, they're sequencing beats and making music that sounds good, and they're total non-musicians.
Do you think you'll add like the capability of mixing videos? Like maybe you can like plug in like a bunch of videos or anime that you download and start mixing videos on top of the music audio too.
I think that has to be a component of it. Like right now, we have like this internal way to VJ on your own, and it's sort of like stuff that we've built. But ideally, you could upload your own tracks as a DJ, but you could also upload your own visuals, whether it's like a video of some anime or whatever, like Planet Earth.
Support.
That's terrible. I just want to live in Sword Art Online. Can I make
There
that?
you
Can
go.
you make
Yeah.
that happen?
You know what's kind of cool with the HTC Vive is that I can't think what game it is, but they have a game where you can actually there's an Easter egg in the game that takes you like a level underneath the game that shows you how like they kind of created the HTC Vive, and then there's another part where you go a little bit even deeper into it, and you get to see a little bit more behind the scenes of how the HTC Vive came to be, and I think that's really cool. It's very Inceptionist of the game.
Yeah. So I have a question.
Cool.
Have you seen the Magus gloves?
Oh, Manus?
The Manus, yeah, that's what the Manus gloves.
Yeah, we have a pair of those. We haven't hooked them up yet, but they look pretty interesting.
I'll be interested on your, I guess, input on those, like if they work
Mm-hmm.
well. I think it's kind of weird how you put the Vive controls on the back of it, but if the hand motion works well, then I guess I'll be kind of on board. I think it'd be much cooler to actually manipulate things with your fingers and hands
Yeah.
than a controller. So yeah, definitely let us know about that.
Yeah, the thing to keep your eye on is the perception neuron. I don't know if you guys dug into that, but
No.
it's
Is that the camera attachment that once your hand goes into the field of view, it actually shows your hand in
No,
the VR?
that's something else.
no, I think that's the Leap Motion
Oh,
that
yeah.
you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. And the Leap Motion is a really cool, kind of like a mini Kinect sensor
Mhm.
that you can stick right onto the front of your VR headset. And then, yeah, just like you said, once you bring your hands into it, your hands instantly pop into the VR world, which is really, really cool because you get really one-to-one hand representation, which is tough to do with the Manus gloves, for instance. But no, this kit called Perception Neuron is a full body tracking suit.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
And they've got gloves too that are pretty solid. And
I'll put it over here.
doing VR with full body tracking, probably the most amazing experience I've ever had.
So,
Yeah,
Shit.
and
so awesome.
Do you have
but-
to shave all the hair on your body first, though? Gotta get that 1-to-1, man.
Yeah, butter it up.
butter it up. But it wasn't my arm. It was like some cyborg robot arm.
Mhm.
It's really powerful.
Nice. Dude, the gaming implications here are absolutely out of this world. I mean, to be able to actually be one of the badass characters Fallout or whatever the hell you're playing. I mean, as gamers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be the powerful, godlike creature.
It's going to be interesting. I think there's a lot of things that we sort of have become numb to. Intense war, for instance.
Yep.
That if you do them first person, they're going to make you sick. They're going to be so violent and grotesque that you're going to just realistic are, and you shoot them in the face.
Yeah, damn.
I mean, the game's hard
I don't
to play.
think people are going to want to do that.
I would agree.
Well, I think you're right for most people. For most people.
Yeah.
I was a Marine, so I don't really give a fuck.
Well, no, it makes me think of what was it in W. Kamau Bell's show, United Shape of America, that when he went to work with the police officers, he did a virtual training exercise with somebody, and he actually had to simulate a movie theater shooting, and like he was really stressed out about it because he actually had to like shoot to kill somebody, and like it's real people that you're shooting at, so it kind of takes you. It wasn't a video game; it was like a real life action type of deal, so it made it hard for him to really do it, but it's still pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. I mean, for most people, they're not going to have the stomach for
Yeah.
any kind of violence when it seems like realistic. You know what I mean?
And first person. That's
Yeah. When people see things in first person and stuff like that, it's just like, because when you're in VR, it's like you're there. Oh,
Yeah.
you still there, Aaron?
Yep. I just plugged in a headset microphone. Can y'all still hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm watching. What was this again? The
Perception
Neuron.
Neuron.
We're watching a video.
They're doing all kinds of fun stuff, like from video games. They have a remember the iRobot movie with Will Smith?
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a dummy that looks like that as the model or whatever, and they're moving them around. It looks fun as fuck. This is on YouTube, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. I'll post it in the comments.
Wow,
So.
that's cool.
We're gonna have a lot of stuff in the descriptions.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's hard to describe
Oh, actually, I'll put it in the.
how cool it is.
Since we've been mainly touching on VR, like, have you gotten an experience with AR, with augmented reality?
I've tried a few of the headsets. I just feel like they're not quite there yet. I do think once AR is done right, it's gonna be more popular than VR, and it's gonna be a part of every single one of our lives every single day. In the same way that you use your cell phone to get directions or to do Yelp or to message your friends or to do Twitter. That's what AR is going to be. It's just going to be a better, in some ways less distracting form of that. Because when you have your phone and people who check it a lot, you're always looking down at your phone, right? You're looking down at these text messages and notifications and things. But in AR, we're going to be able to overlay that stuff just right in front of you. So you're still going to be checking it all. You'll just be looking out at the world still. And if you're in a room with your buddy who just posted a Twitter update or something, it'll just pop up above his head. And you can go walk over to him and say, oh, that's a cool link that you just posted. Like good job. Check out this link that I just posted,
Yeah, so we use the Meta 2.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I mean, it was still in development, so there were some issues, but it was in development, so I didn't really care. But seeing like the way that it worked was pretty neat. I think VR is it's going to be totally immersive, and for some people, they're not going to like that, right? But AR, on the other hand, you still know that you're in the space that you're in, and it just lays shit on top of that.
Right,
and I think for a lot of folks, I think AR and VR are going to replace TVs. And
totally.
I said this is the first time I tried VR. And AR, and I don't think people get it yet. Who was it? HoloLens. They had this commercial about the NFL, and they were showing like this cool. Have you seen that one yet? The commercial for the NFL?
No.
So basically, what they did is it was a really cool commercial because they pretty much showed off AR, and so it was like these people that walked into this room. They put on their headsets. They're having a party, and they were looking at their TV, and basically what they did was. Is that they had their TV and they put their headsets on and it made the TV huge around them, right? And I think the only reason why they had the TV there is to make people understand that, hey, this is like a TV.
Yeah.
People aren't going to get it. They just put on a headset and all of a sudden there's a screen on the wall. And they had like an NFL player run through their wall and like the stats would come up. And then like on a coffee table, it had like the actual game, like the actual stadium on their table. So you can see like where the ball was, where the players were and all that shit.
Yeah. I'm watching it right now. This is amazing.
Yeah.
So you have to watch these videos with a healthy dose of skepticism because it looks real cool, but I've tried the HoloLens and the problem is the field of view is very, very small. You're not, even if you had a screen that big, your field of view is too small to even see it. You'd have to be moving your head all the time. This is the dream, right? Is to do exactly what they're doing where like the dude pops out of the wall and you get his stats and everything. Like this looks so cool. But the HoloLens is not quite there. They're great at making cool hype videos. And
well, the Meta 2 actually has 4 times the field of view.
Really? I haven't tried the Meta 2.
Yeah. They have a 140-degree field of view.
Yeah. Which he explained was like it's basically 4 times of what you'll get with the HoloLens. And it's just their second version, so they're coming out with another one I think it's gonna have even wider. And next week, not next week, the 1st. Are you going to the Augmented World Expo at all?
No, no.
Okay, well, there's another company that's gonna be there. They're called the Osterhout Design Group, and they have this cool new AR thing that's called the R7. And I saw this before I even knew about it. They sent me or us an invite to go do a demo of it, which I'm going to go to.
Yep.
And it's basically AR for your car.
What
And
the
so
fuck?
yes,
Ooh.
they teamed up with BMW and Mini.
Oh
And-
no, I did. I met a woman who worked for them at SVVR actually.
Oh really? What was? Let me see.
I forget what her name was, but
Is it Beth?
the idea is like they're going to overlay stuff onto the windows of your car. I think it's
Yes.
amazing.
Well, and you can see through your car. So they have cameras on your car. So if you're looking through your car, or if you're looking at your panel, you can see through your panel.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we're gonna demo that and see how that goes. And they said they have the widest field of view, but they didn't put the exact number. So we'll see. I'm still very interested because I'm actually I guess I'm kind of a BMW guy at this point. I have,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
3 vehicles.
Yeah, I got 3 BMWs. So yeah,
It makes you think of Knight Rider, like the newer
Mhm.
version of Knight Rider that wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't that great, but
Yeah.
it still makes you think of Knight Rider.
Yeah,
Or
the
not-
AR company to
Viper.
watch is
Oh,
called
continue.
Magic Leap.
yeah. Well,
You guys know about them? They're based in Florida, and Google put $1 billion into them or something.
yes, but I just want to know how the fuck it works because
Yeah, well-
it seems magical.
It's magic. No, as far as I know,
Killed a few elves.
they have a little LED or some sort of light that's projecting light directly into your retina.
That is some.
Oh,
Ready
that's
Player
like
One shit.
they actually have like this little. It looks like a big headset that you put over your eyes. It's like that, but it's not 3D. It's like it projects directly on your retinas, but it's not 3-dimensional.
Yeah,
That sounds
I don't know. HoloLens, or rather, Magic Leap, just like HoloLens, has really great videos.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate they are, and apparently Magic Leap is super secretive
Yeah.
about what you can say after you've demoed it.
Well,
So
I'd be
nobody-
secretive too if they turn people into Cyclops. So.
I want X-ray vision.
Yeah, no, it's super cool stuff. I mean, I love that we're at this point right now, and I'm alive. So
Yeah, I think about that a lot. Like, if I could time travel, if I could pick any time in history to be alive, it would be right now.
Yep, be right now.
It would be the dawn of virtual reality.
Yeah, yeah. And what I think that a lot of consumers don't get, you know what I have a problem with VR is that the marketing for VR is generally shitty.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like people ask me what the fuck is VR all the time, and like I'm trying to be the advocate for VR and AR. I'm trying to break it down, but I don't know because people don't know what the fuck a Vive is. They don't know what a Rift is.
You have to experience it.
Yeah, you have to
Kinda.
experience it, but there needs to be better like commercials.
Marketing,
But,
yeah.
but that's why we're having this podcast with you, man. Is to basically get the word out there.
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch the percentage of people who know about VR go up. Because I remember in 2012 telling people like, I just got the Oculus Rift, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
You and
But
Raptor.
now, like every time I'm in an Uber now, I'll start talking about what I'm doing, and telling them that yeah, I'm a VR developer, and probably 8 times out of 10 they say, oh, you mean like the Oculus?
Nice.
So, like, they've heard about
Good,
it, and
good.
actually Facebook acquiring Oculus did a lot for just the enlightening society about what VR is.
Yeah.
We still got a long way to go, but at least people are starting to learn about it.
Well,
I
I
think-
think if people, hold on 1 second. I think if people would know that they're getting basically a 3rd or 4th generation product, that would help as
Mhm.
well. So I think a lot of people are thinking that it's like vaporware, basically at this point.
Yeah.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, I'm not sure if they announced it or not, or if it's 100% true, but I think GameStop are gonna have demos of
They are.
HTC Vives in their store locations.
Yeah.
Oh, all of them? All
Not
of them?
all of them,
some.
but every
Yeah.
some of them are.
That's cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to go try it. You know,
yeah,
like
you definitely
we
gotta
can
try
sit
it.
here and talk to y'all's fans all day about how cool it is, but it's just words, man. You got to go strap a headset on. And try
Well,
it.
yeah, that's why I told everybody that's near me. So if you're near me, listen to the podcast. Actually, everybody that's near me, they already know this, but they can come to my house and actually try it out.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah,
You
and
put
I'll.
that out there in the world?
Yeah. If they're near me, they can come over and try it out. So
There you go.
What's cool is actually the first time I experienced like room scale VR was here. There's a place here called Dave and Buster's, and they're
Yeah.
a giant arcade company, and they had. I think they didn't have the Vive. They had the
It was
Rift
some
there.
weird. Actually, I think it was something else. I don't think
It
it
was
was.
it was a custom rig.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my buddies out of Seattle called VRcade.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's
yeah.
what
They
it's called.
partner with Dave and Buster's, and they're doing custom installations of,
Also, it's their own rig.
room scale VR.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
they built all that on their own.
Yeah, so the game I played was a zombie game, and you were just you stayed in one spot, but you could like move around and stuff like that. And the game got kind of fucking scary at one
Yeah.
point because like the first part of it is real simple, like 1 or 2 zombie comes and you just shoot them in the head. But when a horde of zombies are coming towards you, you have to like keep shooting forward and turn around and see if anyone's coming from behind you.
Yeah.
And you turn around, it's like right there in your face. It really fucking freaks you out.
Wow.
And that was like my first experience with VR.
It's the turning around that freaks me out. Like turning around, they're right there. It's like, oh my god.
Like
Well,
if somebody would have touched me, I probably would have fucking dropped to my knees and started crying.
Well, that's one of the problems that I think current gen VR has is that I don't have the same peripheral vision that I have as my, because I have a pretty good peripheral vision even though I'm fucking blind, but my peripherals are pretty wide.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't get the same thing in VR. You have to actually move your head around.
It's tough and because the field of view is not big enough for the periphery, yet the periphery is the part of your vision that's the most sensitive to movement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if you ever noticed, little tiny movements that you see out of the corner of your eye can sometimes be amplified. Like I remember like being in a room and seeing the blinds in a window out of the corner of my eye sort of just like shuddering. Well, I out of the corner of my eye it looked like this big movement, and then I looked over and it was just the blinds like sort of barely moving. So it really does amplify your sense of movement.
That's kind of like when you're like driving in your car and you look to the right and the person in the car next to you is looking at you. You see them in your peripherals, you see them move their head, and you're naturally gonna look, so you end up like looking at them. But it makes you, it gives you the feeling that the person was staring at you. But in the case, it's just because they moved your head.
I just punched him in the face.
Well, they're in different cars.
They were a stalker, though. Come on, now, let's go to dinner.
They're all licking their fingers. You look like tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these are things that they're very minor. Like once you put the headset on, like the feeling of this is like the most in-depth, I guess, reality that you have besides actual reality that we have at this point, and it's so fucking realistic that it's I can't explain it unless you're there. Even games that aren't like graphically impressive, it still feels like you're there. Your brain is so like your brain is basically stupid, like because it believes that you just put this headset on, you put the controllers in your hands, and you're like your brain's like, yep, we're there.
Yep.
All right, I'm on board. And it's just like, but you're still on the ground. You're still on Earth.
You forget real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Well, there's a psychology study or experiment that they do where they have you put your hand on a table and they put like a cardboard and then they put like a dummy's hand, and so like you only can see the dummy's hand. And, like, they take 2 feathers and, like, they rush your hand and the dummy hand with it a few times. So you kind of, like, I guess it kind of makes your brain think that dummy hand's yours now. And then they smash it with a hammer. And then everybody, like, freaks out and, like, grab their hands. And it's really fucking funny to do. Or see.
That's a really cool study, yeah. It's our brains are very easily duped.
Yeah, it's very tricky. They're very easy to trick the human brain.
Well, we still got these, like, almost monkey-like brains. Like, all this technology is just, like, it's so new. Like, it's not even 50... Like, most of this shit's not even 50 years old yet.
It's insane, dude. Like, we all remember a time before cell phones. Are like a crucial part of all of our lives.
Looking shit up in a big-ass encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Right, no thanks.
Yeah, it's so crazy now how we have, like, the world's combined knowledge in a device that fits in your pocket, and yet we still have fucking morons on this planet. It's like, it bothers me.
It's tough. It's only gonna get worse, buddy.
Yeah, it is because technology makes us lazier. I guess some people, well, most people, makes them lazier.
It's true.
Yeah, because with technology, we don't really have to remember stuff. Like say if I'm trying to think of the actor in a movie, like okay, I can just look up my phone, but I'll just forget it because I'll never need that again. So if it comes up again, I have to do the same thing and look it up again.
Right, it's like a part of our brains have jumped into the phone. Like that part of our brain that used to remember all that stuff, we don't need it anymore. Like I remember being in elementary school and having to memorize like all of the countries in the world or whatever, which is probably like a useful thing to have in working memory. But at any time, you could easily look up where, Ethiopia is. Because I probably couldn't tell you on a map where Ethiopia is right now.
I've been there. I know where it's at. I have, though.
I couldn't tell you.
No, but I understand what you're saying. But you know what's funny about that is that it's a whole, like, I don't know how to put it. I think it's making room for more important shit.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
So, like, for you, you're a developer for like, a lot of, like, really cutting-edge shit. But if your head was full of, like, fucking countries, like,
fucking what is it, the quadratic formula?
Yeah, you only have so much room for stuff, And I think
Did y'all ever see Inside Out, the Pixar movie?
Of course.
So there's a great scene in there where it's the guys walking through long-term memory, like clearing out all the old stuff. and they're like, oh, you know, capital of Wyoming, don't need it, toss it out.
Yep.
That's exactly how it is.
But then it's also becoming like, you ever watch the movie called Idiocracy?
Yes.
Yeah, the world's coming. It's like that. No.
We're getting, yeah.
Well, I was thinking
Yeah.
of, what was it, Johnny Mnemonic? With,
Oh, yeah.
that was, I can't wait for that to happen.
Well, yeah, I think so.
Right.
Well, we're going to integrate more with technology. I think the next step forward, obviously, we have VR and AR, but I think eventually they're just going to do like corneal implants and shit like that. And
Yeah.
We're going to have a real iPhone.
Yeah,
It's going to be an eyeball phone.
That's when Ultron takes over, though, right? Something like that. Right on.
Yeah. Hey guys, so I've got a chocolate banana split with my.
Yeah!
There we go.
I gotta head up. It's
We were
starting
just
to
gonna-
melt in the corner.
We were actually just going to say that. We were giving each other looks. We're almost out of time. So, actually, you're our first guest to actually use
Really?
the.
Yeah,
That's
actually,
true.
yeah.
Very good way, too.
Yeah.
I tried to slip it in there.
There you go.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Aaron. You want to plug anything or talk about anything that's coming up for you?
Yeah, just plug the wave. We're on Twitter at the Wave VR. We've got a Facebook page. We've got a website, thewavevr.com. I'm on Twitter at Aaron Lemke, AARONLEMKE. And stay tuned for the Wave audience app. It's coming soon.
Hell yeah.
Before you go, after NVIDIA after party, did you know that there was people on the stage dancing with you while you were spinning?
I didn't. I had no idea.
Because there was
But
like,
I the only way I realized it is I was DJing up there, and I did a pretty nice crossfade from one
Mhm.
track to the other, and people started clapping like a lot, and I was like, oh, cool, thanks guys. Yeah, it was a pretty good crossfade. But then they kept clapping, and I was like, okay, it wasn't that good of a crossfade. I looked up and I took my goggles off for a sec, and there's just an astronaut dancing
Yeah.
right next to me.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there was a chick, too. I think you missed the
yeah,
chick.
there was a pretty hot chick
Yeah.
dancing up there.
That was just the coolest experience of my life.
Yeah.
That was pretty epic. All right. Well, hey, Aaron, thank you for your time.
Yeah. Great talking to you guys. This is
Yeah, it's
really
been
fun.
Great conversation.
We
Let's do it
appreciate
again
it, man.
sometime.
Yeah, definitely will. All right. Have a good rest of your night, all right, Aaron?
All right, talk to you guys later.
Yep. Later.
Peace.
Man, that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Dude.
See? The guy was cool as fuck,
Yeah,
right?
he was,
And
man.
that was all thanks to John Oakes, who we will see sometime next month, hopefully early next month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple weeks or so.
I wanted to see him before, actually, hopefully in the next week or so, because once I get my laptop in, I'm going to hit him up again.
Well, maybe we might see him at the AW Expo. I'm
Actually,
gonna tell it to you.
maybe we'll just fuck with you. If you don't have it, my laptop in like next month or next week, let's see if I can get on working on your shit, dude.
All right.
Because it'll probably work. You
There
have
you
the
go.
980M, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it'll work, man. We gotta get it done.
Good shit.
I got HDMI ports. I got 4 USB ports.
Yeah.
They're 3.0.
But yeah, when we were talking to John, like one of the first things he said was, "You got to meet Aaron," and I was like, "Who the fuck is Aaron?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "He's the guy who was just DJing."
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh, all right, well, let's go." So that's when we talked, and yeah, that's how you got that guy.
Good people, man. Great connection right there.
Yeah.
And for those who aren't aware, just yesterday, really quickly to plug something, we had an awesome interview with Winona Earp stars, Shamir Anderson and Dominique Provost Chalkley, who played 2 key roles on that show on Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah,
Winona Earp.
Kind of mad that I missed out.
Yeah, man, you missed out, dude. It's a great interview. We put it up on all of our links, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, etc. It's coming up on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, I heard. Well, I wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
So, whatever live stream is, that's all there is.
All right. But anyway, that was awesome, and that was from yesterday. So if you haven't checked that out, please go and check that out.
And we're still podcasting. We're not like
Yeah.
goddamn show.
Yeah,
right?
no,
You know what? Her character, Dominique's character on there is.
Yeah,
pretty,
Waverly?
she's pretty cute, and I heard that she has an accent, right?
Yeah, she's British.
Mm.
She's
Yeah.
the second Sci-Fi Channel British woman named
Oh,
Dominique
yeah.
we've had on the show.
They have like the coolest accent.
Yeah.
Both of them. They're pretty awesome accents.
Did he have an accent too? Was he British?
No, he's Canadian. He talks
Okay.
like
Frenchy?
no, he talks normal. He's not French Canadian. He's just a normal Canadian man. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
speak like multiple different languages.
No, you know what's funny? I was waiting for. I was gonna ask him at the end, like, how do you say about?
yeah.
Yeah. No, but like his whole accent was not like I don't think he had like a Canadian accent,
No.
or at least like there's probably a region where they say a boot more than I guess in other regions, but
Yeah.
wherever he was from, he didn't
Yeah,
have the
cool
Canadian
people
thing.
though.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah.
I still
they're
think
cool
it's
as fuck.
crazy how there are more people in the state of California than there is in the whole entire country of Canada.
It's a fucking most of it's frozen tundra.
Yeah,
That just blows my mind.
Yeah.
California's a big ass state. All right, we need to jump on in on some stuff. Where should we start, gentlemen?
Let's start with the Black Panther because that was some really good news.
Yeah. Set us up.
So Black Panther #1 sold more than a 250,000 copies, which I think is fantastic.
#1 seller.
Yeah, #1 seller, which is great. The only thing I'm worried about is that I think a lot of people might get kind of turned off by the first one because they don't understand like context. Like you're pretty much jumping into like the end of a story, and you're like, why is Wakanda all fucked up?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of. It's good. It's a great comic to start off. But as we keep saying over and over again, please go back. Please read New Avengers.
Yeah.
Please read Secret Wars.
So they don't give like an intro about like how things are how it is, or you just pretty much jump
It's
straight
brief.
to it?
Brief.
It's real
very
brief.
Yeah, and I think like you're not. It's some context, but it's not enough as far as I'm concerned. But don't get me wrong, the guy who's writing, I forget his name, but he's doing a great job as a writer, like going forward. But it's just like obviously it's not up to him to make the readers read the old shit.
Yeah.
But readers read the old shit, and continue reading his shit.
The amazing thing is, I think there are literally a lot of people who don't read many comics, period, jumping into stores and saying, I want to read Black Panther. You know, and that's just cool. I mean, some of that you have to give credit to the MCU, obviously, and to, obviously Chadwick Boseman playing that role so well in Captain America Civil War. But for whatever reason, we'll take it. Welcome new T'Challa fans, you know. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely welcome new fans. And he's not the only black superhero. Just so you guys know. Do some goddamn research.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I mean, because there's Falcon, he's black and he's a superhero.
He's actually Captain America right now.
Yeah.
There's also Blue Marvel. There's also Blade. There's a whole shitload of superheroes out there that are black that I think that people weren't paying attention to before, but now they're probably going to hop on that bandwagon, which is fine. Fuck it. Go watch that shit or go read that shit.
Yeah.
Now, if you say that he's the first African superhero, then you might have something.
Because was he before Storm?
Well, he's probably the first Wakandan.
Yeah, was he?
Oh, yes.
I can't remember. Was he before Storm?
Yes, yeah, okay.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think it was before.
I think he was after Storm.
Yeah.
I believe.
Well, I mean, Storm is in movies, and she's African, so can't
True.
say.
With
But she didn't
no
have her
goddamn
own
accent.
Yeah,
She's got no accent.
Halle Berry didn't do that justice.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But yeah, no, that's awesome news.
I'm
And
really curious how the next X-Men Apocalypse movie is going to do.
I heard very not good things.
yeah, so
Yeah.
there a lot of people have actually seen it with press releases.
Mhm.
Friends of ours, and none of them actually said anything positive about it.
Yeah, well, see, I knew right from the beginning there was gonna be problems, right? 'Cause first of all, they had Apocalypse all fucking wrong. He was purple and shit. I was like, he's all fucking dumb.
Yeah.
And once they changed him, I was like, this movie's probably gonna suck. Because what they're gonna do is they're gonna listen to every single last criticism and they're gonna fuck up the rest of the movie.
I was nervous based on. I hear you on that because you're right about Apocalypse, but that didn't get me. The thing that got me was all of these trailers and previews and whatnot, and it was this big secret of, Wolverine's not going to be in it. And then, surprise, surprise, on the last trailer, you see the claws, and I was like, okay, he's probably going to make a brief cameo, shorter than Spider-Man in Civil War, and that's just not enough. Wolverine has been in all of the X-Men movies. He's really the only mutant that is a household name that everyone cares about. Everyone that loves X-Men. So you have to have him in it.
Well, when I originally first saw the trailer, they had too many secrets being revealed in the trailer. I'm like, okay, that's pretty much the whole fucking movie. Even when they had the ending where Professor X shaves his head at the end, it's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
that's gonna happen.
And you had, it looks like Mystique leading the X-Men, which irked me to no end.
Well, what fucks me up now that I go back and watch Mystique? Why the fuck is Mystique naked the whole time?
Yeah, I hear you.
That's not Mystique wears a very distinctive fucking white dress
Yep.
in the comics.
Bones.
Yeah. It's but that's not any. Why is she naked the whole
time?
Doesn't make any sense.
Well,
Especially when she's young, it's even more fucking creepy. I'm like, why am I looking at a little girl supposed to be naked? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Well,
just
I
because she
think-
has fur.
Because I was gonna say it's because she can pick clothes on her when she forms other people, but then she can have clothes on her at the same time when
yeah.
she's blue.
It's so fucking
It's
dumb.
weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
And she's mostly a villain, spy kind of assassin, you know, and certainly not like an X-Men leading the
But does
troops.
she do spy shit though?
She does do spy shit. I will give her credit on that. I will always give her credit on that. All right, X-Men is coming out, and
I think they were also saying with the X-Men movie, like the woman who played Mystique the first X-Men movie,
Rebecca Romijn
she
Stamos.
was more Mystique than she was herself, whereas Jennifer Lawrence is more like her human form than she is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like they're cutting corners. Like, come on, spend a little money, keep her blue.
Hell yeah. You know. Anyway, we'll see when it
Blue
comes
and
out.
blue.
But it's not looking very hopeful for an awesome blockbuster. You know what I mean?
But that Olivia Munn though,
Oh, man,
I might just watch because of that.
She does look good, and I like Psylocke being in it. I like that character. But we will see. So there were other news this week, comic-wise. Supergirl.
Oh yeah,
Supergirl is no longer going to be on
We
CBS.
talked about that last week.
Oh, in detail? Damn it. Did we already?
Pretty
Fuck.
sure we did. Yeah. I'm fairly certain we did.
God damn. All right. I thought we
correct us.
I thought we rumored it, but it was made official afterwards.
No. Yeah, it was that we talked about it last week. Pretty sure we did.
Alright.
okay.
All right.
We can talk about it again if you want. I'm pretty sure we did though.
I didn't think. All right.
What's the Infinity Chat Room called?
Yeah, Infinity
Infinity
Base.
No.
Vault.
This is called
Vault.
Infinity Base.
Infinity
Infinity
Vault.
Vault. Correct us.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that shit before? No, I gotta wait like fucking 30 seconds.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
fine.
All right.
Well, I guess we can talk about it a little bit. I guess it's kind of confirmed
Yeah, I
already.
didn't think it was confirmed last week.
Yeah, I
but-
think it was mentioned, but it wasn't confirmed that it might be making a jump. But yeah, Supergirl is going to be making the leap to the CW.
Well, let's classify it correctly, though. This was canceled from CBS. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Yeah.
It was canceled.
It was canceled from CBS, poor ratings, and then
for
they
CBS though.
for network television,
Yeah.
CBS, yes. Because people are trying to spin it all kinds of different ways, and the internet needs to get over themselves. It was canceled from CBS, poor ratings. CW did pick it up. It probably belonged on CW to begin with.
Yeah.
You know, if we're all honest. And there'll probably be some great crossovers.
Yeah, because I really hope that they kind of make Supergirl have her be more confident about who she is and her abilities and stuff like that, and stop being a whiny little girl.
Well, it's not going to have anywhere near the budget. It's probably going to have very different writing, different directors.
Yeah.
A lot of things are going to change. CW shows are nothing like CBS. You know what I mean? So
But their shows are killing it though. Like, come on, like the Flash.
Oh, yeah,
Awesome, and
I like Flash. Arrow's hit and miss. When it's good, it's good. But and Legends of Tomorrow has its problems. But all I'm saying is they're not. I think that CBS spends a few $1 million per episode,
Well, hold
and
on.
CW ain't spending that kind of
Yes, apparently CBS was spending $3 million per episode.
yeah, they were.
And,
CW ain't.
which is amazing because how you spend $3 million and make the Red Tornado look that fucking shit.
Ooh.
And fucking Brainiac too.
Yeah.
Brainiac looked like
That was the worst.
fucking dime bag Mystique and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? She was awful.
Well, the other thing is, like, CBS advertised this heavily, like during basketball and football events and all this other stuff too. Like, you're not going to get that same type of advertising bang for your buck on CW.
I feel like a dude wrote that entire thing and was like, "Oh, look, girl power." But they did it. Can we get a fucking strong female writer for that goddamn show? Somebody that gets females, because, I mean, obviously I'm not a female, but I would be kind of annoyed to see that weak fucking bullshit character every week getting shitted on by another female character every week. So basically, you have the spectrum of stereotypical female shit. You have one, a bitchy asshole, the other one, some weak bitch that can't do anything for herself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can we stop that? We have a superhero that can break people in half.
Yeah, strong as fuck.
Yeah, have her be powerful.
To be confident about it too.
And didn't the crossover show that more so than other episodes, or am I mistaken?
Well, I
he
would've-
still kind of helped her.
Yeah, she was kind of fangirling over him.
Over the Flash?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow, okay. Okay, all right. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But CW for that show, and then we already mentioned that Agent Carter is gone,
Mhm.
and I feel like there was another one for cancellations that also happened that was big too.
Another sad one is the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
They got the X.
R.I.P.
The show was so funny. I guess you should have watched it. It was so fucking hilarious. But yeah, I kind of saw it come too.
Yeah. Yeah, ratings are a mother. When you're on network television, there's a high standard when it comes to ratings. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. All right, let's move on.
Well, you know what? There is a petition is that what it's called when people sign paper and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Children's back?
petition.
They're trying to get Agent Carter ported over to Netflix.
You know,
Oh,
that may be a good place for it. The only problem is in the MCU, she's dead. Well, no, the show takes place in the 40s or 50s,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
But she's in like Captain America movie, so she's part of the MCU.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But it's not going to affect the MCU.
Yeah.
She's gonna have an effect now.
There you go.
But we know she's spoiler dead.
So let's talk about the next one. And this is going to be a weird conversation. All right. So there was a penis transplant for the first time. It was sometime this week where a guy who had cancer, they had to remove his motherfucker's dick. Like, I felt bad. But apparently, for the first time ever, they transplanted a cadaver dick onto this dude. And he'll be able to pee again, he'll be able to have sex again, which is awesome. But it brings up a whole other thing in my mind with this whole transgender thing. Like, if you
get the black market.
Yeah.
It's like the episode of Futurama when they were harvesting people's horns.
Yeah.
That shit could be happening.
Yeah. Mandingo better never die.
Yeah.
This kid's gonna shit stolen.
It's gonna be a fucking option.
Transgender for transplants with the cadavers?
I think you know what? Probably someday they'll be able to do it. So, well, female, because right now, if you're transgender, if you're a female, there's no way you can become a man. Like
Not a fully functional.
Yeah. But if you're a dude, they can fucking put your shit inside out.
Yeah.
And give you a vagina. So, but it doesn't work the other way.
Well,
there's no way to do it.
Well, but I don't want to get too graphic, but
I don't give a fucking.
all right, fine. I will get
Yeah.
graphic. Even though it's a quote unquote vagina, it obviously doesn't like bleed. It can't ovulate. It can't do. I don't even know if it can self lubricate.
There's no
But
ovaries.
I heard that it can self lubricate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Obviously, no experience here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw a video on the surgery, like not like an actual video, like the CGI or whatever video, and it's pretty intensive. So
Okay, so there's some things that a born woman vagina it cannot do, obviously. Just like there's some things a penis can't do that's sewed on too, right now.
well, no, the sewn-on penis works like a penis.
No, I mean prior to this transplant is what I'm saying for the women who.
Yeah, but obviously there's no females that have done this yet.
You know, I can see the porn taking this to an interesting level. And they can have a porn movie called Frankenpenis, where a guy gets fucking dick. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Back on topic.
Oh.
So they sew on a dead dick, and it works to have this guy piss and fuck normally.
Yeah.
And how do we know that he can piss and fuck normally though?
Well, apparently he can urinate normally already.
All right.
So as far as fucking goes, I mean, he's been pretty new. So
Yeah, I'm gonna suspend my disbelief until he comes back and says, "Hey, I can fuck like I used to."
well, I mean, come on, there's other things that they've transplanted before. They transplanted fucking faces, goddamn hearts,
True.
all kinds of. That's all blood and fucking nerves and shit. So
Yeah, but this is something unique. Is all I'm saying.
it's unique, but it's not. I mean, it's still like it's a human body part.
I just want them to confirm the fucking part. The
Alright,
pissing, I get you.
fucking,
If you can't confirm the fucking, don't tell me it's like 100%. You know what I
I wonder
mean?
if that dude got like a huge dick. Now. Like,
Yeah.
before he was like,
So like a catalog. He's like,
before he was peeing on his balls. Now he's got he's halfway down his leg and shit.
That's an interesting question too, because I guess with the fucking, can he ejaculate normally? And did he have his balls transplanted or not the balls?
I heard nothing about his balls. But as you know, even without your balls, you can still bust.
I still got my balls. Goddamn it! That's not how vasectomy works.
But the fucking shit's cut off.
Yes.
They've tied up your fans' deferens, man. So
Yes.
you ain't busting no fucking sperm.
Yeah, but
Because when you're busting a nut, shit's coming from your goddamn prostate. Most of it is. Most of the fluid is.
you can still bust. Yeah, there's still nut that comes out though, after vasectomy. It's just not live sperm in there.
That's because it's coming from, motherfucker, it's coming from your prostate. That's why.
Yeah, but yeah,
They didn't remove his prostate.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you on that. But what I'm saying is though, his nuts had nothing to do with the transplant at all. Is what we're hearing.
As far as I heard, but even if he had no nuts, if he has a prostate, he would still technically bust. He would technically ejaculate.
All right.
Science, bitches.
As long as you can get, well, you have to get hard to bust. You'll be able to do that too. You know.
Well, he said they should be able to have sex. So Odin just said that you had no balls. So.
Oh, this motherfucker. Is he on the chat? Fuck this motherfucker. Go to school. All right.
You know what would be crazy if like you saw American Horror Story, right? The
Yeah, of
hotel.
course.
Remember the fucking dildo?
Oh yeah.
They start making like fucking attachments and shit.
God damn.
Girl, I got something for you.
Yeah.
Interchanging it.
This shit was brutal.
Open up a closet, have a whole bunch of fucking dicks and shit.
No matter what, it's a medical breakthrough.
Through.
Through?
You only have one beer, goddammit.
Yeah, I am
What's
sorry.
wrong with you?
Hey, I
Yeah.
haven't been drinking, y'all. So,
Yeah. But it's awesome from a medical standpoint. We'll see if he can fuck them. All right. New images of Power. Did we talk about the Power Rangers? I know we talked about that.
Probably did, yeah.
Yeah. All
Let's
right.
talk about Blake Lively, go ahead.
Yeah. So,
Blake, come on. Blue, you haven't done one of these. Number 5.
What about 5?
Read it.
do you know anything about it?
No, I don't. But I mean, I don't.
Oh, you
Okay.
don't?
So yeah, I don't know who Blake Lively is, but I know the story. So Blake Lively had a picture of her rear end taken, and she posted up on her Twitter account.
But not a naked picture.
No, she's got clothes on, and I think she's like on the red carpet somewhere. And she tweeted out saying that she's got an LA face with the Oakland booty,
And she's white.
and she's white, and a bunch of people got all up in arms about it because
Twitter.
yeah, Twitter hating again. But yeah, they were saying like she's making fun of black women having big butts and shit like that.
Which, let's be clear, it's a song. It's song lyrics from Sir Mix-a-Lot's "Baby Got Back," which is 25 years old.
And Sir Mix-a-Lot didn't say a black girl from Oakland and a black girl from LA.
Nope, sure didn't. None of that. People got in their feelings because they're stupid, and they must be bored with their own entire lives and have nothing else to complain about. This is a
I can
non-fucking
almost guarantee
issue.
you they had neither an LA face nor an Oakland booty.
Yeah.
So.
If she feels that her body looked good, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, it did.
Yeah, it looked great and whatnot.
Yeah.
If she feels like she has a great ass and a nice face, which she does, why the fuck wouldn't she be able to say it Sir Mix-a-Lot later?
And it was interesting. On TMZ, they were talked to Sir Mix-a-Lot, and he had even said that that part of the song isn't about any girl. Like it's not
Nope.
about black girls,
Yeah,
white
no
girls.
shit.
It's just fucking lyrics.
Yeah.
Jesus
I can't
Christ.
take me out.
People need to calm the fuck down. People, they're running out of shit to complain about. That's what it is. We have so much freedom now that people want our freedom taken away because they're too free.
Yeah.
It's fucking dumb.
Offended. It's the I'm offended cause of the day. You know what I mean? That's what it really is.
They need to move to Get the Fuck Out of Here Island.
Yeah, no shit. Man, I can't believe. I think she's a singer, right?
No.
Singer,
I think
actress?
she's an actress.
Actress, singer.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever the fuck she is, she got a nice body.
Hey, go ahead with your big ass.
Yeah.
We love them.
Can you throw it in a circle? Is my only question for you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? What was this shit about Helen Mirren?
I think that was Old Ninja, because that's nothing I would put on here.
Oh,
Yeah,
goddamn. Oh, Sarah Winchester. Okay. So the
Oh,
Winchester
yeah.
Mystery House is obviously down in San Jose, and I guess she's going to star as the Winchester lady in some kind of movie. That's good for her.
Oh,
Yeah.
lady!
Yeah.
See, have you ever been to the Winchester Mystery House? They talk about Winchester's wife who was going crazy because she thought she was hearing spirits, and any guns that were killed by a Winchester gun.
Yeah.
That the spirit was going to the house and hunting her. So she built all these crazy mazes and stuff outside her house. So I guess they're making a movie
Hold
about
on,
it.
because ghosts can't go through walls and shit?
Yeah, exactly.
She made it so
Makes sense.
she made it so it's like a fucking maze. So if a ghost does go through a wall, it wouldn't know exactly where it is. So it would keep getting fucking lost in like this maze of fucking different rooms
This
that
is
went
dumb.
nowhere.
First of all, there's no fucking ghost.
Well, she was.
Second of
fucking
all, if there was ghosts, they could go through fucking walls and still see you. It's like, oh, just keep looking around.
The truth is, she really loved to fuck contractors. That's what it was. And she just liked them to line up and
Yeah,
fuck them in
that's
different rooms.
Yeah, like those fucking stairs. Yeah. I was just like, why you gotta have fucking 3 million stairs?
Yeah.
Like, it was cool because they're easy risers. So,
Well, she had like
People haven't
arthritis
been
and stuff in her
yeah,
legs.
yeah. So I guess she couldn't walk very well. So she had like, her stairs were like very shallow. Or not shallow, but they were just like, I guess it was still shallow, right? So basically like an inch off the ground. So basically you have to have a shitload of steps to get up to the next floor.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool because it's easy to walk up. So
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun tour to go on if you're in San Jose any goddamn way, you know?
I know I did the flashlight tour and I was fucking pissed. I really want to see a goddamn ghost.
oh, I did one of those too. I wasn't pissed 'cause I knew there's no fucking such thing as ghosts.
No shit.
Yeah.
It was really interesting because I know like there's a room in there where you can hear every fucking room in the entire house.
Yeah.
And because she was super paranoid too, so she was always spying on her fucking house staff and stuff like that. And I guess there was during the 1889 earthquake, that big one they had.
1906?
Yeah, 1906. She got trapped in one of the rooms and she was in there for like a good week before somebody
God
found her.
damn.
and she was super fucking paranoid. She thought like she said the ghost had finally found her and this and that.
So she was nuts.
Yeah.
All right. Rue Logan had a motherfucking question of the week for us.
Hashtag ask BWTI.
Yes. He asked iOS or Android, and why?
Android, because you're not locked into goddamn iTunes and other fucking bullshit with I can't stand Apple fucking products. They're all about form over function. Like they're first of all, their goddamn phones were way too small up until like the 6 pluses or whatever.
It was like last year.
They're larger, but like I mean, don't get me wrong, their cameras are nice, but everything else is total shit to me. Like you couldn't make photos on your fucking your home screen or anywhere else. Like it was hard to organize shit. It worked really shitty. People that are Apple fans, they swear that they're the shit, but it's like they have a lot of functional problems, and they just don't want to admit that shit. And I can't stand iTunes. But you can find us on iTunes though.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't have any problems per se with iTunes as an app, but I definitely have been Team Android since forever. Really, I mean, with smartphones, they just work really, really well. You know, and I've had different types like HTC, Motorola, Samsung, obviously, and I just like the functionality. That's it for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm on the Android bandwagon as well, even though never mind. But yeah, like how you were saying,
I know where you were going.
how you can with the cool thing about Android phone is that there's so many different varieties out there that you can have like whatever you want. Where with the iPhone you're kind of stuck with like the same iPhone. So if you're in class with somebody, the person next to you has an iPhone, you pretty much have the same iPhone. But with the Android, like it's totally different phones. It's easy to use for some people. That's a good thing about the iPhone. But like I really like the customization you can do with an Android phone. Like I can download games that aren't in the Play Store that I want to play or try out. I can download like movies, books, and stuff, put it on there with no problem. But then also you can kind of crack your Android phone or jailbreak it and kind of make it work better, work faster. Add features on there that the developers didn't have in there, which is cool. We can
do the same thing with Apple device.
It's really hard though.
It's hard. Obviously, it breaks your warranty, but I think the same thing happens on on most Android devices. I have a OnePlus One where it's already basically jailbroken, so it's kind of nice. It's got the CyanogenMod mod, and it's under warranty now. Pretty much no matter what the fuck you do with it. But I'm actually getting rid of this phone probably on Saturday. I'm gonna get the Note 5, so I ordered it. Apple is just their way. I don't like the way that they treat third-party people. I don't like the way that they operate in general. The whole, like I said, the form over function thing just fucking bothers me. So
there you go.
Yeah, I think people are like they're fan. Don't get me wrong, I like Android, but I don't think they have flaws.
Yeah,
there's definitely flaws.
Nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
Like I know with my Samsung phone, like so I have the Samsung Gear Watch, and you have to before you can use the third party's messaging software, and whenever somebody would text me on that, it would come to my watch because it still uses their proprietary. Yeah, that word. It uses their messenger, and it will send it to my watch still. But once they upgraded to the next version, they actually got rid of that, so it would never go to the Samsung's messenger app. So I'll never get to my watch. I had to start using the Samsung messenger app.
Sure.
Yeah, it seemed like, especially like back when Apple first came out, or back when the iPhone first came out, everybody thought they were the shit, but you couldn't do a lot of shit that you could do on normal phones. So like back in the day, I used like a Trio, which was a palm device, and the iPhone couldn't send goddamn pictures through text. And you couldn't copy and paste. And people were like, "Oh, this phone's a shit. Like, you can't copy and paste. Like, I can write shit down right now and give it to you.
Yeah.
Like, for real. And you couldn't copy and paste these fucking phones. People swore by them. That's why I knew that it's almost like a goddamn cult. Like, seriously.
And especially when they did allow you to finally cut and paste, people were like, "Oh, this is the best thing ever." It's like, you could do that before.
Yeah,
they're playing catch up.
Basic functionality.
They're playing catch up.
Yeah.
And now they're falling behind too. Android's like the number one operating system.
Yeah, they're falling behind. All right, let's switch. First of all, thank you, Root Logan, for the question. It's an awesome question. We appreciate it. Let's switch up the game.
No. We got one from Dirty Stu, actually.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. Dirty Stu wanted to know what's our thoughts on the DC Hanna-Barbera New Rangers comics.
Right.
He said, will you be getting any? And I know you meant, will you be getting any? Will you be getting any?
We know what he means.
We know what you mean.
Are you gonna
Stu.
get some?
Goddamn, I'm just fucking with you.
It's that
It was
Scott.
goddamn autocorrect or whatever.
Yeah.
So
What'd you say?
DC's gonna be taking over Hanna-Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera. Yeah, so apparently there will be crossover comics and then also singular comics. I'm sort of interested, but not. So you're taking like two things I'm not a huge fan of, right? So I'm not a huge fan of DC, though I do read some DC comics. And I'm not a huge fan of Hanna-Barbera because they haven't been relevant for the past 15 fucking years. Yeah. I mean, like, what's the last Hanna-Barbera thing that we've seen? I mean,
Space Ghost. Right?
no, I mean, there was a newer
there's a
Scooby-Doo,
bunch
but
of
they're pretty
Scooby-Doo
bad.
Some
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
But they haven't had anything
Good.
recent or
Yeah.
new in a long time.
Yeah.
That's Warner Brothers. I was gonna say Bugs Bunny, but that's Warner Brothers.
I'm cautiously a little excited just from a nostalgia standpoint. I loved Hanna-Barbera as a kid. If they are new stories, I'm kind of interested in maybe reading them, depending on how mature and not adult like porn like, but how mature the stories are.
No, we say porn like it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a porn with Scooby Doo, then yeah, I'm down for it. I'm looking at it right now. Future Quest, like Johnny Quest kind of stuff. I love Space Ghost, obviously. What's this other one? You have obviously Scooby Doo and a whole bunch of other.
Real quick, what's going on? I can't even say this shit. Ablate Seth Freud
All right,
and Cake Man.
nice, welcome, fam. Flintstones. I mean, yeah, one or two issues I may pick up just to see what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But I think it's gonna come on. I don't know the exact date it's gonna come out, but I know that Rebirth is coming out, so it can't
Next
come out
week.
during Rebirth.
Yeah, so Rebirth
Yeah.
is next week.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, it may be good, it may be bad. I'll wait and pick up a couple issues and at least give it a chance. If it's super kiddie-ish, Archie bullshit, then nah, miss me with that.
Yeah,
You know?
I saw a few of these still images, and I just thought it was like some fan made artwork. But yeah, I'm a little interested. I want to see what they do about it or how they go about doing it.
Yeah.
Hey,
So we'll see.
so go ahead. You got more to say?
Well, I was gonna say before we like go off, did you guys see the new DC logo?
No.
No.
They changed it up. It's no longer like the.
Oh, that looks like shit. Oh, fuck that.
Let me see. Bring it up. You turn it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at it right now. Prodigy does not approve DC. That's way worse. That looks generic as shit.
So it looks like DC shoes.
Yeah.
Like almost just like it.
Oh my
Like seriously,
god.
I'll pull up DC
That's
shoes.
awful. What are you doing, DC?
Yeah, I don't know why they decided to change.
The
it.
old one right there from All Access is way better.
Yeah, that looks fucking cool. With like a little, it looks like a sticker being peeled back.
Yeah, for D and the C. Yeah. Yeah.
They might be going old school with the logo because it kind of makes me think of the old Detective Comics.
No, it's not just like it.
logo.
But it's close.
Yeah, it doesn't look good to me. Not at all. All right.
All right, so let's talk about some controversial shit.
Controversial. All right.
So apparently, Caitlyn Jenner is gonna pose nude on the cover of Sports Illustrated. First of all, fucking gross. Second of all, when I say fucking gross, it's not because she's transgender. It's because that she's fucking old as shit. Like, I don't want to see goddamn Betty White naked on the cover of fucking anything. Don't get me wrong, Betty White's hilarious, but I don't want to see her fucking naked. It's fucking gross. Like, why would you want to see some old... Fuck that. I don't want to see that shit.
Nobody wants this.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Like, I
wants
gotta understand, like, even for, like, women, like, if you want to see, like, a naked dude, you want that motherfucker to be in shape. You don't want some sloppy old motherfucker. You don't want to see goddamn Donald Trump on the fucking cover of Sports Illustrated, do you?
I don't.
I mean,
care.
like, seriously.
I don't care what your sexual orientation is. Literally, nobody on this planet wants this. Nobody wants it. She wants to do it only because it gets her name out there more with from a publicity standpoint. That's it. This is a publicity stunt. And the other thing is, Sports Illustrated doesn't do nude in terms of showing genitalia or nipples.
Man, I've got a fucking problem with even calling Caitlyn Jenner a she, still. And it's not just because, first of all, she hasn't had the full surgery.
I didn't know that.
Second of all, she's an asshole. She's not for gay marriage and shit like that. It's basically he
hypocrite.
fucking votes like a goddamn old white dude because it's an old white dude with a fucking tit job. And yes, I just said that
Damn, you went there.
because he still has his fucking dick and balls. So I mean, he might have had his fucking face done and his fucking,
Adam's apple shape.
yeah, his tits done and all that shit, but you're still acting like a dude, honestly, like an old white dude. So you know what? You can go fuck yourself.
Damn. Yeah, I will.
Equal rights. How about that?
I'll say the pronoun that she would like, but you don't have miss me with the bullshit of you go pose naked and I have to like that. Fuck that. I don't want to see it, and nobody else does either.
No.
Hell no.
Yeah, and that motherfucker killed somebody. Thank you, King, for bringing that shit up. So I said I was forget to bring that shit up. Yeah, he, she, whoever the fuck, killed somebody and got away with it.
Yeah. Not a great human
fucking
being.
ran a goddamn red light, pushed somebody into fucking traffic, and they got fucking killed.
Whoops.
And didn't see one motherfucking day in goddamn jail.
Yep.
So, fuck you.
You know who I would like to see on the cover of Sports Illustrated? It's Escra.
So,
Oh.
yeah, somebody actually fucking hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Goddamn.
there's a whole bunch of young tennis players, that I'd love to see. I mean, yeah, anyway.
Some real athletes. Not
Yeah.
somebody who was an athlete fucking a whole 40 years ago.
No, I mean, here's the thing. Even back when she was Bruce, there was no Sports Illustrated nude stuff going on back then. I mean, nobody wants to see this.
No.
You're 7 years old. Get the fuck out of here. All right, can we get to games, goddammit? Uncharted 4!
I'm still pissed.
Man, you said
Yeah, Uncharted 4 is fucking,
God.
it's dope.
Damn.
I'm loving it. I love how it's like, well, it's kind of more cinematic, and I'm playing it on hard mode. And sometimes I forget that it's on hard mode, and I get kind of mad. I'm like, oh, it's on hard mode.
I'm playing this one on hard as well. What I enjoy about it, there are elements of The Last of Us in there, obviously by the same studio with Naughty Dog, but they really ramped up every aspect of the gameplay with the tall grass being used as cover, being able to see an enemy way off in the horizon and tag that enemy.
Yeah.
I'm still getting the controls for that. I'm not quite like 100% on the tagging all the time.
Well, you have to come out of cover, which is dumb as fuck. Why do you got to come out of cover to tag somebody?
Yeah, that's weird to me. Maybe that's what's causing my issues.
Maybe you have to have like a better sight line to tag them.
No, you have to come out of cover to tag them. You have to press the L2 trigger to get up, and then you have to press the L3 after that to tag them.
Oh, okay.
So you have to get up.
So I do have the right mode, yeah, but
Yeah, you're doing it right.
it doesn't, that's a little off from a control standpoint, especially with coming out of cover. I agree with you, but I like the aspect of being able to have the more stealthy maneuvers in this one. And then I also love how Nate talks a whole lot of shit while you're climbing and doing shit, you know what I mean, with Sully, and I don't want to spoil anything, but his other relative that's in the game, for folks who haven't played it. It's just great. Great voice acting. They incorporated huge maps. Like, you know what I mean?
They're so big that I don't even want to test the invisible walls.
Yeah.
I haven't found many yet, but I'm assuming they're not there because it's so big.
It feels almost an open world at times.
So if you don't fucking because right now I'm playing Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and you pretty much have to follow a path. Like it's a gameplay if you follow it. I mean, you can explore certain areas, but most of it's like following a path. But with Uncharted, it's not like that.
Well, so this is the great thing about Uncharted, this last one, is that technically there is a path, but you can leave that path and just go the wrong fucking way.
Yep.
I mean, you can go the wrong way the wrong way for a long time and not even realize it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then eventually give you a hint, like, hey, you're fucking done, go back this way. But yeah, you can go off for a long time on the wrong way.
Yeah, and it just feels perfect. I thought I was going to be disappointed that it's like in the campaign it's single player only, but no, not at all. I feel like so engaged with these characters, and it feels like a old buddy film.
Well, so this is the thing about the game, right? So obviously the game, you almost always have a buddy with you, but because you're thinking, hey, there's somebody else there, why not do co-op? But the person that's there with you, they're like part of the story, so they're talking with you, interacting with you.
Yep.
If you're playing co-op, you're not going to do that.
Yep,
So
exactly.
Yeah.
So it works even better, and I haven't gotten on the multiplayer at all quite yet. I want to finish the campaign, but that's where you'll have the co-op experience basically. You know what I mean? But anyway, everybody's raving about it. I feel like it is truly a 10 out of 10, having not beaten it yet, but moving closer and closer to it.
It's not a 10 out of 10 for you, but it's up there.
I gotta pick up the game.
What would you give it so far then?
So far it's like probably 8.7, 8.9.
Wait, 8.79 or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was like 879.
789.
All right, 10 out of 10 for me so far, but we'll see. We'll keep on going with it.
Well, the only reason why I say it is because there's a lot of story elements. There's like a lot of times where I'm not really doing much except for like climbing and shit.
Oh, I love that.
It's kind of pacing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it too, but sometimes it's just like there's nothing going on right now. It's not like like a GTA 5.
Yeah.
That's like a 10 for me.
Oh, yeah, that was a perfect game.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it I love them for different reasons. And I'm a Naughty Dog like super fan.
Yeah, I'm still a huge fan. Yeah.
They can almost do no wrong for me. And are you picking it up, Lou?
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up, but right now I'm smashing it on Rise of the Tomb Raider since I got it on my PC.
But are you
Smash that like button.
I am, goddammit.
Yeah. Are you almost halfway through it, or where are you?
I'm about 60% through this game, but I'm doing like a lot of the side mission stuff too. So
Good shit.
that's the way I play. I don't just play straight through the storyline. I got to do all the side quests and shit too.
which game again?
Rise of Tomb Raider.
That's right. I still gotta finish playing that. My Xbox One's collecting dust.
Dude, I'm
I
fucking
gotta play some more.
deadly with the crossbow. Like I snipe people. That's the main weapon I use. I don't even use my fucking
Man,
handgun.
you need to come with me and go fucking shooting some
Yeah,
goddamn
I need to.
some arrows, man. It's fun.
You know what?
I haven't been in like 2 or 3 weeks.
You ever play Heavenly Sword?
Yeah.
That game was so great because there's a scene there where you shot the crossbow and actually uses the accelerometer in the controller. You can fucking like tilt the controller and steer the fucking bow and arrow. Or steer the bow.
Why didn't that become a fucking franchise? What happened to the sequels to that game? That was a launch title for PS3.
I heard they're gonna remake. They're gonna do another one. So we got 2 questions in the chat. One's from Ninja, so we can just ignore it.
Oh, damn.
He's asking about Overwatch. Yes, I'm interested. Anybody else interested?
Oh, very much so. I mean, the reviews, the pre-reviews or whatever, seem very promising, and the people who play the beta are raving about it.
What? I've heard the reviews aren't that great.
For
For
really?
Overwatch?
For Overwatch?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm still kind of mad that they took out that ass shot, but
Supposedly they brought it back and improved it. That's what that was the.
Well, yeah, I saw it. They did, but the fact that they had to like do that is just fuck them. Like fuck the people that were complaining about it.
Oh, yeah, well, I agree with the.
Like if you got a problem with asses, why don't you try shutting down strip clubs?
Yeah.
How about that shit? Start shutting down whores.
Yeah, exactly.
Whores exist in real life.
They do.
We all know
They
this.
do.
But they want to pretend.
Shut down people doing like squats and stuff too, because
What
you don't like an ass.
What that
You
booty
don't want to
do?
see a squat.
Yeah, but I'm excited about it. I think it could be a really fun game.
I want to play it, but I have limited time to play games at this point. So
All right.
What's the name of that game that was for the Xbox 360 where like you kind of build up your character and you get stronger and got more godlike? You're like you can go from like
Crackdown.
Yeah, Crackdown. That was a good fucking game.
Yeah.
Did they bring that back for this?
They're
there
making
was-
another one. Yeah.
There was a sequel, but I don't think it ever. It
They're
never
making-
got released on the 360.
They're making another one though for the Xbox One. I'm pretty sure.
Anybody picking up Doom?
I'm going to eventually because Doom is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yes.
I wish they would release another fucking Unreal, but whatever. I will deal with Doom. And what I've been seeing with it, it's fucking brutal. It's very gory, and they've changed around a lot of elements. So in this one, it's obviously there's no regenerative health.
Oh wow!
But if you brutalize somebody and tether limb from limb, you can get ammo and health from them. So you're incentivized to go through and just go butt fucking shit crazy.
Does it have co-op?
Goddamn.
Do you have you heard that?
No,
No co-op?
Probably not. I mean,
Okay.
Did you see they had demoed Doom running on the NVIDIA 1080? You see that video?
Okay, no, I haven't.
So they were running the game on 200 frames per second
Holy
on
shit!
NVIDIA on the 1080. I was like, God damn, what the fuck? It was the graphics were like super fucking clear. It was ridiculous.
That's hilarious that they do that because whatever you're watching on doesn't go 200 hertz. So
Yeah.
whatever. Like this monitor right here, I think it goes to 133 or 144. Well, this is 144. The Asus monitor. It's a gaming monitor. And it's hard to get over that.
What was the other question?
The other question's from Cake Man. He said, "Is anyone gonna watch the Warcraft movie when it comes out?" Yes, I will. 'Cause I'm a huge Warcraft fan.
I'm gonna say a big no for me. Them trailers are not looking promising, in my opinion, at all. What about you, Lou?
I probably won't see it in the theater, but I will watch it when it comes to Redbox or Netflix.
You guys are assholes. See,
Nah, I'll go see it in theater.
and you wonder why all the shitty fucking game movies come out. Cause
Well, let me know when you go see it, because I know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's really good and you're raving about it, then that's one thing. But yeah, I don't know. The trailer did not catch me at all. I wanted to, but nah. So we will see.
But we were watching the trailer today, and I was like, is it CGI or is it like live action?
It's both.
I was a little confused, but it's very similar to Avatar.
Yeah, so move on a little bit. So you know what's hilarious? So last week we gave we made a video for YouTube subscriptions. We hit 500, and we're over 600 now.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
and this is all thanks to your boy Blue.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We're saluting you right now. Appreciate
You
it.
gotta thank Anita and that booty.
Oh,
and Baby Metal and 4 Minute. There's a whole bunch of
K-pop,
others.
Yeah, right now we're at 612.
yeah, that's good stuff, man. Continuing to grow. I love it.
Yeah, and on Twitter we're gonna hit 1,700 pretty soon.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. So we're moving up.
yeah.
Moving
You know,
up in the right way.
I actually got a question for you guys.
What
You
you got?
know, since it's been about 18 days since the vaccinating, how are you guys standing at this point? Like,
I'm good.
still,
I'm okay. It's slowly growing back in.
yeah. Are you having any like issues or anything?
Not really.
All right.
No,
Me
no.
neither.
Are
How
you
about
good?
Yeah, I was about to say, are you trying to tell us something?
No, because I was worried about getting like ingrown hairs and fucking shit not growing back right or stuff like that. But no, I'm still pretty good, and it's still pretty smooth down there.
Well, it lasts a longer time.
Yeah,
You know what I
which is
mean? That's what's cool.
ridiculous.
As opposed to shaving, which lasts like a couple days, maybe. You know, if that, depending on how hairy you fucking are. All right. I know that Kronos has no caring at all about this, but I'm still gonna mention the Flash.
Yeah.
God damn, we going in.
God, it was so fucking good this week. So good.
Let me just say this. I keep telling you, motherfuckers, and you need to hear me.
We gotta get Kronos to watch this show.
Zoom is the greatest villain on television. Earlier on,
I keep telling you that we have villains on TV already.
he's the greatest.
Donald Trump.
Ah, this
Clinton.
motherfucker.
They're both pretty awful.
But Zoom is literally the greatest right now. And it's fact. It's law.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna spoil it.
And he knows he's a badass, which is fucking great.
He taunts and talks so much shit to Barry and his whole family and all of Team Flash and just says, "You ain't shit. I'm faster than you, and I will take everything that you love and destroy it."
The great thing about Zoom is that every time Barry thinks that he's got the fucking upper hand, Zoom is like, "No, motherfucker, no, you don't. I'll steal your fucking girl and kill her right in front of you." But that was just a dream.
Yeah. All right. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. So literally just yesterday, Zoom killed Barry's fucking dad.
His real dad, biological
His
dad.
biological dad went through his fucking chest in front of him, and Barry was begging, like, "Don't kill my dad. Don't kill my dad."
Mhm.
And he didn't give two shits. So it was like,
But
fuck your dad.
what even made it worse is he kills him in the same fucking house, same fucking spot that his mom was murdered in.
I loved it. I loved
That
it.
was so fucking great. And the mom got her neck was slit though, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, he just went right through his fucking chest.
Yeah.
Zoom, and I didn't think they could have a better villain than Reverse Flash last year or Deathstroke on Arrow from season 2. This guy tops all of them combined.
You know, it was really interesting because the scientist chick that was from that other science facility, I can't get the name. Like I thought the dad and her were gonna get a little love action going
Yeah,
on.
they had
You
some
might have a
romance. They had
stepmom.
some romance.
But nope, that did not work out too well for him.
He went through his fucking chest.
Yeah, but actually, fun fact is that woman, she's actually from the original Flash too.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
she plays his love interest on that show. I can't think of what her name was or what her character name was, but yeah, she was on there too.
Yeah, it's cool. I love the fact that Wally is coming into his own and becoming a hero too, even without powers. And Jesse is also leaning towards becoming powerful.
Yeah, because in the last episode, like when she was in a coma, she had the same signs that Barry had, and when Barry came back from the Speed Force, he touched her, and you saw like electricity transfer through her body, and it like.
Hold on, can you show us the Barrett for?
Oh, god damn it!
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she came out of her coma, and she hasn't shown any signs of having the Speed Force.
It'll
in her,
come.
but
It'll come. I think the finale is either next week or the week after.
I think it's this coming week.
All right. God damn it! I love everything about this show. If you like comic books,
Yeah.
this is your show.
And I think they stick to the comic book pretty well too. Like when Barry was running around the city to create I guess a wall
Yeah.
in the city so that the sound can bounce off and like it vibrate at certain hertz where if you're from Earth 2, the wave will like incapacitate you.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's like actually in the comics too. He did that in the comics, and that the machine they used for that was in the comics. So they really stick to the fucking material.
What's funny is I love comics, and obviously I read a whole bunch of them. I've only read like one trade paperback for the Flash, like Flashpoint Paradox.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. And so not having a whole lot of familiarity with the Flash didn't fucking matter. This show is just good from start to finish. And I'm so excited about where they take it for season 3 and the finale. God damn it, I love it. Zoom is just, he makes it work.
Yeah, he does.
He just does.
And it's interesting because I used to not like the Flash. I used to dislike him. I just thought he was this bubbling idiot who can just run fast, and you know, he wasn't. I wouldn't take him on the same league as like Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. I always thought he was like the comedy relief. But like, you know, I have a cousin who's a huge Flash fan. He's like, no, man, you need to represent and read some fucking Flash comics because he's a smart fucking dude.
He ain't no joke. That's the thing about him. And he doesn't need, like, he literally doesn't need the crossover powers of anybody else, at least on the CW show. Barry is going to be Barry, and Barry is going to save Central City.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt about it. So.
But he was a little cocky in this episode, though.
Oh, hell yeah. After the Speed Force talked to him. You know what I mean? So if you ain't watching The Flash, come on.
You know, this episode made me think of somebody who finds Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. He got all religious
with it. Yeah.
He got
don't worry.
religious with it.
Don't worry, the Speed Force got our back.
Yeah, man. So anyway, it's just a great show. I'm not caught up on Legends or Arrow. They've had a lot of filler lately, so I may catch up in a week or two.
Well, also we got to see Laurel. Laurel
yeah, that
was
was kind of cool.
Which was kind of cool because she died in Arrow, and this is Earth 2 Laura, and she plays is it not Banshee? She plays Sonic, or what's her name?
Siren, Black Siren.
Yeah, Black Siren. She's Black Siren on there, and if you ever watch a Justice League cartoon, Black Siren was on there. She was when the Green Lantern and the Flash, and somebody else, they go into another dimension where like the world's destroyed, and there's like some alien kid who was kind of making everybody see different visions and stuff like that. But it was part of the Justice, not the Justice Lord. It was Justice something of America, but it wasn't like the JLU. It was like some other name for some like off-brand Justice League superhero type thing.
Hey, look, I mean, I'll say this. CW is killing it when it comes to certain live-action shows. I think they're doing a better job than Marvel, with the exception of Netflix for Marvel. But what I'd really love to see, though, is Marvel step up their game when it comes to the animated movies, man. Especially since I think that Marvel is doing literally more exciting stuff in the world of comics.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if they had their shit together, it'd be awesome to see some Secret Wars, you know, as an animated, like, 2 or 3 part movie or something like that right now.
Yeah,
you know?
DC definitely killed it with the movies, with the animated movies.
It'd be fun.
Actually, Cake Man in the chat room just said, "Isn't Barry's dad the Man in the Iron Mask?"
It hasn't been revealed.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, yeah, it hasn't been revealed yet, so we'll see.
But yeah, I also agree with with Cake Man about Hawkman. Because I can't stand that fucking dude.
Yeah, he was a waste.
Like,
He was a total waste.
whatever, you want him to be dead, but he's back.
Yeah.
It's lame.
And Kronos, did you watch Game?
Yeah.
Dim Thrones?
Them Thrones.
Yeah. What'd you think?
It was pretty good. It was good to see Sansa and Jon Snow, who knows nothing, see each other again.
Yeah.
So that was pretty heartwarming. If I had a heart.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty great. Actually, the whole episode was pretty good. I like when what was that guy's name? Or the girl's name? Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah.
When she came in, and that one dude that was a fucking wildling was like drooling over himself.
What that mouth do,
Yeah.
big girl?
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
My favorite part was the titties being shown again by Daenerys.
Oh, yeah. It's just nice too.
Yeah, I didn't think she was ever going to show them again.
Yeah.
I really didn't.
Yeah.
But she can't be burnt by fire, and I like them
She
setting.
fucked them dudes up.
Yeah, them Dothraki, they were talking all kind of shit. We're gonna rape you in the ass and do all this shit. She was like, how about I tip this lantern over and then just burn y'all?
If they weren't bitch, man, they should have just killed her on the way out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, we're all gonna die. I bet you can't stop me from choking you.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah.
Yeah, they saw that fire. They panicked.
Yeah.
You know? But
I like how they were in like a thatched fucking hut. Like they couldn't just run out the hut. They were all going towards the door.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you just kick your way out of the goddamn hut. Like, stop going towards the strongest part of the goddamn structure.
Well, and they all have swords on them, right? Or no, they can't have weapons in that city,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's right. But anyway.
Gonna have a sharp nail or something.
Yeah. I mean, they're leading towards great things. I still love this show. You know? It's just
It's
fun.
been great.
There's still a bunch of books out there still, right? For,
I
Not a
think-
bunch.
I think
No,
they're caught up.
they're catching up on this season.
oh, that sucks.
So we will see. I will say this: when it comes to Marvel Comics, I'm trying to catch up. Kronos has been mentioning the Ultimates, and I finally got current on that comic series. Wow. Holy shit.
It's that and Squadron Supreme for me are like the two best Marvel comics out right now. Well, and Black Panther only because I know the entire story. But yeah. Actually, no, the Ultimates is better than Black Panther for me right now.
And there's more of them. There's like 7 Ultimates.
Yeah, and Black Panther's in it. So
the Ultimates. What I love right now is they're doing shit on a cosmic level that's better than almost everything else. And you feel the effects of Secret Wars more in this comic than you do in almost any other Marvel
thing. They're doing shit outside of the cosmos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and you have Thanos in play. You have the gods of Marvel, which you don't see a lot of. You know what I mean? Not just Galactus, but you have Order and Chaos. And,
not Living Trumpet in this yet, but the other guy was.
Eternity.
Eternity, yeah.
And it's fun, it's cosmic. And it's just a really good read. And you have heroes that you can learn more about. Like, when we talk about black superheroes, Rambo, what's her name? Monica Rambo. Spectre, right?
Yeah.
Green Lantern?
And then, no,
not Green Lantern. She's on the Marvel side.
Yeah.
And in the Ultimates, she's fascinating to me. And obviously...
So is Blue Marvel.
Yeah, Blue Marvel is just the shit. So, I mean, he was one of the few people I've ever seen talk shit to T'Challa. And T'Challa, like... Say, okay, I hear you, old man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm still doing what I got to do the Wakandan way.
Yeah. The Wakandan way, though.
Yeah. So I'm loving that one. The other real quick shout out is I love A-Force as well, and that's doing a great job on the cosmic side. It's going from what they did in Secret Wars and basically switching things up a whole lot and having a whole all-female team, but doing it in a very fun and exciting and dynamic new way.
It's all female team, but it's not too fucking over the top goddamn girly bullshit.
No.
I'm not saying girly bullshit from like a listen, there's like it's like if you were reading a goddamn black comic book and all they were doing was eating watermelon and shit. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by like overly girly shit. Like stop doing stereotypical girly bullshit. And this one they're riding the edge, but they're doing it the right way.
Yeah, I like what they're doing with Medusa. I wasn't familiar with because I never read. I guess she's an Inhuman, right?
Oh yeah, you know about Medusa?
I only knew about her from the A-Force Warzone Secret Wars.
That's Black Bolt's wife.
Yeah, I never. I don't know enough about the Inhumans at all. So
yeah, definitely read some comics. Yeah, she's Queen of the Inhumans, and she's pretty badass.
Yeah, so she's cool, and then obviously you got Captain Marvel on there too. It's fun.
And you also have
She-Hulk,
Miss America, which is an awful fucking name.
Miss America?
I thought she wasn't on there.
Miss America is one of the fucking people that are on the team.
Wait, are you talking about post Secret Wars though?
No, I'm talking about the Ultimates.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Back to the Ultimates. Yeah.
Oh wait, shit, I fucked that all. I'm sorry. You were talking about A-Force.
Yeah, so she's not on A-Force, but she is on the Ultimates. Yeah. So
my bad. I've been drinking.
No worries.
But I fixed it.
Yeah,
I fixed that.
Yeah. Rewind the tape.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, there's good shit going on in the comics, and then my last one I gotta recommend is Spider-Man Deadpool because that one is funny as shit, and you have a Peter Parker buddy combo with Wade Wilson, and it's fucking great. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's still one more thing on the list.
What you got?
So it hasn't been confirmed yet, but Blade, Ghost Rider, and Moon Knight, which are DC are Marvel characters, might be making a Netflix.
Did you put that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I haven't read anything about that.
Yeah, it was kind of announced today. They haven't officially announced that it's actually going to happen, but I think they're working on it.
Rumors?
I picked up the latest Moon Knight #1, which is like a couple weeks ago, and the artwork was awful.
Oh,
so I couldn't read it, but it could be like Manhattan Project. So I'm gonna power through it.
All right,
I'll read it. Yeah, because that artwork in Manhattan Project was.
It's such a good goddamn story. Matt Pitara, or I think it's Matt Pitara. If you listen to this podcast, which I fucking highly doubt, I've gotten used to your artwork. It's fucking beautiful. Good to go. You and Jonathan Hickman, do your fucking thing.
Hey, Hickman can do no wrong. Slob, you know? But yeah, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about Moon Knight, but I'm interested in knowing more.
Yeah.
And obviously, I feel like Blade needs more credit than he ever gets. You know what I mean? Blade was fun as shit, and you know damn well you went to those movies back in the day, and you loved them.
Even the TV show series they had on Spike TV was fucking
great.
great. I mean, it started off the first 2 or 3 episodes were pretty bad, but it got really good toward the end.
He's an awesome, fun character. You know what I mean? You already love him.
Even Sticky Fingers did a good job. I mean, that was a good shit, but it was on Spike TV, so late at night too. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I would like to see more Ghost Rider as long as it's not Nick Cage. If it's Nick Cage, miss me with that bullshit.
I remember as a kid, I thought Ghost Rider was like that show that came on PBS.
Oh,
with the little fucking ghost that flies around.
I got the Trad Moore version of. So thank you to what's his name? Jonathan.
Chow.
No, Cholula. Yeah. He recommended. So he was inspired by the cast or the fucking panel that you did.
Oh, the
Silicon Valley?
Yes.
Comic-Con?
And so what he did was there was somebody there that was asking about Mexican
people
in media and comics in particular. And so what Jonathan did is that he took it upon himself to make a video on Cinco de Mayo. So first of all, educate you on Cinco de Mayo, and then second of all, educate you on Mexican superheroes.
Nice.
And one of them was the new Ghost Rider, which I had no idea about. Once he put it up, I was like, holy shit, it looks like Trad Moore's art. Because I know Trad Moore's art from our favorite comic, Luther Strode.
Yeah.
And yeah, so apparently there's a Mexican version of Ghost Rider, and instead of having a motorcycle, he has a badass car. I haven't read it yet, but I will show you the actual comic.
Oh man, that sounds cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell right away. Like
that was a guy who we spoke with. He was like a DC fan. Like he was mainly into Flash.
Oh wow, that looks cool.
You can tell.
It does look really cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's a trade. That's not even a single issue. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Myself. So yeah, Trad Moore. He's a badass artist. He's actually one of my favorite artists. I'm gonna have to look him up to see what else he's done. But like you can tell his whole style, like the way he draws masks, the way he draws violence and shit like that. It's very stylized, and you can just tell it's him. So I'm really looking forward to reading this comic. It looks fucking great.
Shout out to
I
Jonathan.
think it's dope that he has a fucking car because that whole motorcycle thing was rated.
What's wrong with motorcycles, man? We're both bikers.
I know. Temporarily, I'm out of commission on my bike.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, man, that looks like a badass comic. So, all right, Blue, what are you doing this week? Recommending? Getting into?
So last weekend I went to a beer fest with Mr. Rex out in Livermore, which was great. I got to see some cool bands play. I ran into an old friend that I used to work with who had a band who was performing as well. This weekend I'm actually going to a bigger brew fest that's happening here in Fremont. And another friend of my band is playing there, so I'm gonna go check her band out. I'm going to be going to this guy's kid's birthday party on Saturday too, so going to be doing that.
That makes us gonna be drunk by the time you get there.
Yeah.
Well, no, this place has limited pour, so you're gonna get 10 tickets, and I can't stay sober, not sober, but I can't get
sober at a beer fest.
Yeah, but my recommendation for I don't have any. I don't have any recommendations.
Right.
Come back to me next week, and I have something for you folks.
There you go, Cronus. What you got?
Watch The Flash.
So I'm gonna plug my own podcast, my own personal podcast.
There you go.
So I've been doing the Jitscast for a while now. I think some of you guys might be wondering why it's not on the Be Them BTI banner anymore, because I split it off into my own shit. So I do a thing called Cronus Does, and for right now it's just the Jitscast that's on there. And I did one over the weekend that was with a female blue belt jiu-jitsu practitioner, and it was pretty cool because she goes off in the beginning about I guess that she's tired of people asking her about why she's a female in jiu-jitsu. So it's actually kind of, it's not funny, but it's insightful to hear her honest opinions on jiu-jitsu and being female, and trying to, I guess, dispel. That's not really trying to dispel. She doesn't want it to seem like, hey, I don't want somebody to talk to me just because I do jiu-jitsu and I'm female. And that wasn't entirely the reason why I was talking to her, but it was part of the reason. I mean, I'll be honest. She's cool as fuck too, but it was cool to get her opinion on matters and to really enlighten me on some other shit. So it's a pretty cool podcast. So if you look up Cronus Does, it'll be on iTunes tomorrow. It's already on Google Play, and it should be on Stitcher sometime this week as well. So yeah, if you like shit about, I guess, martial arts, and jiu-jitsu. Check that out. And I'll be doing some other stuff about like health and wellness and shit like that. Because that's what I do.
There you go.
Outside this podcast.
Anything else you recommended?
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Oh, God damn. All right.
You know, I'm gonna do a plug too. Make sure to watch the before and after cast with your boy Blue and whoever's giving me a ride home or to see you.
Oh yeah, you can see my new car in the before the
See
cast.
the
Oh,
inside.
you're doing it this time. Okay, cool.
Or maybe after too. Because when I guys got that home.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're let me. I can drive you
Either
back.
way, yeah,
That's
we'll
fine.
flip a goddamn coin.
Mhm.
I already gave my comic recommendation that I'm going to be playing a whole lot of fucking Uncharted 4,
Nice.
and I still got to finish off Fallout, so I'm almost at the end. So thank y'all for listening. Thank you very much to Aaron Lemke for joining us from the Wave, and we appreciate everybody for fucking with us.
Yeah, definitely. If you have any kind of VR questions, I've said it before. Hit us up on Twitter at BTI, or email us at bthenbti@gmail.com. Facebook, Black and Doctors Affinity. You know how to find us. You should if you listen to this podcast. So it'll be in the description too. So
We also we're about to hit our first 1 year anniversary of being podcasting.
So technically, you're right.
Yeah, next
As
week.
far as like all of us being together like Voltron.
Yeah, next
But
week.
me and Blue actually we started talking first on like a kind of podcast. So we just started talking.
Testing.
Yeah, just testing shit out. I don't know. Has that been released?
I don't know.
It was on clip.
Yeah, it was on clip, but I don't think it's ever brought onto the actual channel.
I haven't released it this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We gotta confirm our dates for our anniversary, but it's coming up.
I know what it is. It's,
All
it's definitely in June.
Oh, okay.
As far as like SoundCloud goes, that's when we like actually kind of.
Oh, real quick, Cape Cow Comics in downtown Oakland, June 10th, Friday night, 6:30 to 8 p.m. Free show. It's going to be lit. We're going to be all there live, and it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
And it will. All right, y'all.
Peace out.
Oh wait, hold on. Well, now I gotta rewind the fucking tape.
Ah, eggplants are
We gotta do the whole fucking thing again.
God damn
See,
it.
it took too goddamn long. Motherfuckers on
Yeah,
CB time and shit.
All right.
CB time, I'm cutting this out.
All right, we're out of here.